Hello everybody, and welcome back to Philia. Last we left our heroes, they regrouped with Pythord Vulcan in the throne room of Mytros, a city besieged by a terrible storm. It is here that the heroes of legend convince these two immortal gods to sacrifice some of their power to perform a miracle to banish the storm, under the condition that the heroes perform sacrifices along their journey. So, the remaining members of the five gods travel to their temple atop the highest district in Mytros, and from the palace steps, Gladius Atra witness a form of pure sunlight with a golden plume atop their head plunge a starlit sword into the heart of the storm itself, vanquishing it completely and returning Mytros to its Mediterranean climate. Immediately after the storm disappears, King Acastus appears. King Acastus appears and seems to congratulate the heroes for their counsel and allows Atalanta to a private meeting to discuss some private matters. Opa and Kaliandra swiftly flew to the temple to check on the five, and while they seem to be up and standing, the miracle has left them with a permanent level of exhaustion. The first chance he gets, Nefel immediately bolts to the dockyards in search of his lost boat, and while he doesn't find the Sky Thorn, he does see the familiar form of the Sea Thorn, and commanding its crew, its erstwhile captain, Elpis. After a loving embrace, they reconnect, and he tells her all about his adventures and his nightmares. She informs him that it's been 10 years since they'd last seen each other. She also informs him that the first mate, Phobos, left on his own ship, the Wave Rose, to establish more trade routes and also to search for the bell. After regrouping, the gang go to meet Acastus and ask for the details on the legendary ship, the Ultros. Acastus informs them that the ship was captained by his ancestor, the Dragon Lord Esther Archelander, and the legend speaks of sailors spotting it under moonlit skies. As a reward for their help in vanishing the storm, Acastus gives the heroes a detailed map to the last known whereabouts of the Ultros, out near the Dead Falls. All the while, Stella successfully infiltrates Acastus' bedchambers, and through her eyes, Opa reads Acastus' journal. She learns that the king has been haunted in his dreams by the ghost of his ancestor, Esther.
Archelon.
No, it's his ancestor, Esther. I should have proofread this out loud. Who taunts him for not living up to the expectations of the original Dragon Lords. Esther is promising Acastus wealth and power unbound in exchange for allowing him to possess Acastus' body. Acastus refused this, but seems to be considering finding a suitable host, possibly among the heroes of legend. The gang are then summoned to see Valus and the rest of the five, who are recovering from the miracle. Valus warns them to be cautious of any information Acastus is given willingly, as she believes his intentions are foul, and warns them that as soon as they find the Ultros, to return to Mytros and inform Valus directly to avoid Acastus claiming it for himself. She then asks the heroes to investigate the Temple of Lutheria in Stygian Row and find evidence of the terrible deeds committed by the cult, so that a blow can be dealt to them in retaliation for the storm. The gang, just leaving Valus' apartments, shared some gifts. Opa gifted Kaliandra with an amulet of health, greatly increasing her maximum hit points and her constitution. And Persephone then gifted Atalanta a box containing 2 fully recovered Stimfei from the encounter in the plains some days beforehand. And as we pick back up, you have just left Valus' apartment. All of you now, the city is starting to wake up in the aftermath of the storm. You're still in the palace grounds, but as Valus had said, all of Mytros is now open to you. What would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to go to the find the nice, most happening and cultured place there, whatever's the most exclusive place to go in. I'm gonna barge. I want to just barge in, get the nicest table there, pop a couple bottles. Listen.
I second that.
Alright, I don't know how familiar all of you are with the nicer part with Mytros, because apparently some of you are familiar with the row for some fucking reason, but we're going to go somewhere nice. We're going to pop a few bottles. I'm implying it's the shithole, is what I'm saying. I'm implying that there's that the best kind of person you'll find there is a burnout, which is not that good. We're going to go somewhere fun. We're going to go somewhere to be seen. It's been wonderful. At least
I'm always seen, I'll have you know. I take off a head of drink.
I follow Kaliandra where she's going.
You're heading to somewhere fancy and happening?
Yep. Anywhere I go is happening. Just somewhere fancy.
You bring the happening.
Wherever's whatever's like the coolest place to be is where I'm feeling.
Well, there is of course, to kind of go somewhere upper class, you would be moving from the Palace District, the top of the hill, to the top of one of the hills, to the second hill of Mytros, to the Agora, which would be the higher class, the upper crust.
Do we have to? Is there a bridge we can take, or do we have to walk down and up a hill again?
There's kind of a lane around.
Okay, that's fine then.
No, there's a pretty kind of like there's a pretty kind of a concentric highway that leads from like the palace to the Agora.
It's the inclines that get the ankles.
Damn, it's Mytros, it's all uphill.
Should call this place San Francisco.
But you move then to the Agora. There you, once you leave the temple district, you find a lot of hustling and bustling. People around, people out, people celebrating the fact that the storm is gone, people reveling, like just kind of just praising Be the Five all around. And as you move out of the palace district, across to the next hill over, you enter the Great Agora, which serves as the heart of both the noble district and Mytros itself. A multitude of vendors sell all kinds of goods from across the continent. Their stalls are protected from the elements by rows of narrow-roofed structures supported by columns, and sprawled out beyond the Great Agora are a number of large private estates, bathhouses, and smaller private temples. And I think certainly Jury and Caliandra, from your experiences, would be aware that there's several kind of small bars of prestige in the Agora, but the main place, the most exclusive, the highest upper crust, is the taverna itself.
Will I head there?
Of course.
You head on up. As I said, now you're kind of walking through. By this point, a lot of the stalls have been set up, and people are kind of hustling and bustling now. Just besides kind of celebrating, they're also kind of restocking after spending 3 days locked in a bunker in a storm.
Oh, I left a sandwich out here. Oh.
And
Dale and Sally.
Delicious.
as you're walking through the Agora, all 7 of you, you've been kind of people have been gathering eyes. People have been spotting you. People have been seeing you. Word has reached Mytros, of course, of your deed. And as you make your way past the stalls and marketplaces,
You think going with Jeff?
Yeah, Atalanta's not going with these snobs. No.
I thought the gang was going.
Well, she's gonna walk behind them, but she's not going with them.
Oh, not
You just heading to the city in row.
You're heading straight down to the road.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you then.
Goodbye.
We need to start communicating this.
No.
Nah, listen. You guys can do what you want. Me and Callie gotta go get fucked up.
Fine.
Juno's right
There is
there.
where he was going.
I said I was...
We're followers. We don't want to make these decisions.
We already know where we're going, is the thing. Listen.
With Atalanta hanging back, the rest of you, barring Persephone, start making your way towards the taverna. And as you're wandering past the stalls, you start to notice that people are watching you, people are spotting you, people are talking about you with great interest. Eventually, you start hearing excited chatter among the crowds. You hear people going, "Oh, that's the Oracle's chosen ones."
Can I tell they're doing a lot of winking and finger guns at people? Yeah. Not the guy involved in guns, just regular.
I'm just smiling my big one toothless grin.
you kind of like you're hearing kind of chatter among them, like they're the heroes of the Heartlands. They've come to Mytros. They're saving us from the Titans. They're going to slay the Titans. There's excitement, chatter. Eventually, some merchants come out of the stalls and approach you, expressing gratitude for your work. Like expressing gratitude for being able to open up the city, for vanquishing the storm, for doing all of this. And eventually, as these merchants start kind of coming up to you and offering you wares, news of your presence spreads, and more admirers start to crowd around you, vying for your attention. Before long, your progress crawls. Your progress slows as you are finding it difficult to kind of make your way through the agora. And you are currently just crowded by admirers.
My goodness.
Could I make like some sort of like very light strength check to just like gently just push people out of the way so I can get to where I'm going? Like, as in,
Like
you
a
know,
bodyguard style.
I was thinking more like just for my own personal reasons, like, you know, being a bartender trying to make it through the other side, just be like, thank you, yeah, okay, whatever, yeah.
Yeah. I think give me a strength check. I'll say now. I'm gonna say.
I'm not like trying to give everybody like
That's
a
what I'm
hard
saying.
shove.
Here's the thing.
It's
I'm
just
gonna
like
say.
a bit of a
Just lightly
Yeah.
nudging.
I'm gonna say you're looking for between 10 and 20.
how about 7?
Can I do
You're trying like you're kind of like there's like you're much taller than most of the people here. Like you're trying to kind of like excuse me, I need to get through here, but like you also don't want to like kind of throw them, and you're finding it difficult to get through.
Alright, I'm going to attempt to start a conga line.
I was literally about to say!
Just
Help
make a
action,
conga
help
line.
action!
Everybody's moving.
We just yell out, Conga to Taverna! Hey!
Hit me with a performance check with advantage.
Hell. It's the only problem we can't conquer our way out of.
That's when you get stuck in a city, that's when you're like, we need conga transport.
I want to see you guys at level 20 conga lining.
We're going to be unstoppable. No one can resist our conga.
We're finding the ultimate big bad and you just conga your way out of that shit.
That's a 22.
You start. You start trying to you start like kind of trying to form a conga, and you're hearing a lot of chattering, and like you are crowded. Like it is becoming a crush, and like you're kind of trying to get a thing, and eventually just among the chatter you start hearing, it's like, wait a second, wait, I heard about this from my cousin in Astoria. Wait, everybody just line up, and like you from the kind of the crowd, you kind of like start kind of congaing in like a spiral out.
It's kind of like introducing the concept of a conga to these people.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's the crazy
Your legacy.
This is
Quite
what
literally.
Callie will be famous for. Not her boom. A fucking conga line.
Some of the conga stick with the phone.
Wait till they find out the wave.
Ooh.
You finally kind of spiral your way out so that most of this crowd are kind of in the line of the conga as you then make your way through the agora and past some of the most notable stalls there, such as Grimmick's Armory, Zoran's concoctions, and the Great Menagerie, up past to a large open spaced bar at the top of the hill, the Taverna, which you, with that performance check, like you enter and you see a very heavy set kind of bronze skinned elf in a very revealing toga.
Unexpected.
Hey,
Either way.
I have heard of the heroes of legend. Come, welcome to my business. Drinks are half price.
Half price?
I have to make a profit.
No, of course, just
I don't
right.
believe in that.
Castus actually has a tab for us open.
Persuasion check.
Surely deception.
No, you're right. Deception.
Okay. 14.
You see, like, he's kind of in the rhythm of it, and it's like, no, the king has not sent any ravens this way. No, don't drink half price. Cash only. Come on, come.
It's supposed to what? Cash is supposed to
It's
Yes,
water
it's-
free.
It's gosh to ask. them.
Wait, is the Conga still behind us?
There's now a crowd just filtering into the taverna.
Oh no, we can't afford any drinks. If only there was somebody.
Persuasion check.
Wow, hell.
What?
He doesn't believe in money, doesn't other people do.
I mean, he can't afford me with the fucking money he has right now.
It feels like a lot of money.
15.
Not on him.
All he has to do is ask Kelly.
15 persuasion.
Immediately, a wine is put in your hand. They don't want
Here,
your hands.
wait.
I need to find the fucking assistant manager later. I swear to God.
I think we have enough for drinks, Jerry.
It's not the point.
Once the Conga night starts, I think there'll be wine flowing through the streets. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You can always dip into my fund if you like.
Oh wait, pardon me, I forgot. And then I take out like my little like the holy symbol. I'm like right next to. Oh, pardon me. I actually have an account open with Berlioz, the events coordinator at the temple. So I think they'll be particularly good for that. Actually, I think I would have had a tab open for the talent at some point.
This is not a special occasion. Half price drinks. Everybody pays.
I would argue this is a specialist occasion, but okay.
Special occasion. Half price.
I would like a Pinot.
Just immediately, like a wine is put in your hand. Just.
Thank you. Wow, that's
This place is going to shit.
Pay for yourself. I'm very satisfied right now.
Could use an open roof terrace situation.
And they just like fucking puncture the roof, the ceiling for us, just because they can. We can.
No, they just lift the fell up so fast his head goes through the roof like a meerkat.
So
Yeah.
as all of you are now kind of in the depths of revelry, you're not paying for any of these drinks, to be honest. Like, people are paying
Damn
for
fucking
drinks,
right on
they
that.
are getting just handed to you.
Good. This is how it's supposed to be. Fuck.
While all of you are reveling at the very top of the city itself, one of your companions has decided to go to one of the lowest parts of the city. Persephone, what are you planning on doing in the Stygian Row?
Buce is just strutting his stuff through Stygian Road, looking for green snakes on walls. Does he see any?
Snakes.
And also, does he see anybody turn to stone?
Why?
I guess we do.
Okay, roll, right?
Could be anything.
Come here.
Maybe more cockatrices about.
Figure
It's like a dice slide.
Oh, that's fine. That is fine.
I have rolled 3 nat 20s since I started using the dice slide. Okay, it's pretty fucking great.
Feels like cheating.
Nah, just do it in the game.
It's just for funsies.
Maybe self-esteem check.
You're walking through the row, it's like, you remember it all too well, for it has not been terribly too long since you've been here last. The low-lying district is vastly different from the rest of the city. It's clogged, stinking streets are filthy and poorly maintained. You hear a variety of people shouting from their windows across at each other through the large, all connected kind of rough-built tenement houses. As you pass, people, like, regardless of celebration or not, the fact that this place is not flooded is cause for celebration, and people are already wandering the streets, bottles of wine in hand. And coming up on, and like, there's a number of kind of places of congregation down the row, on one of its main streets. two opposing bars would be the main the main source of that, being either the Siren's Roost or the Satyr's Tail. And coming up though on that, you see a crowd of people gathered around a statue. You notice an incredibly lifelike statue of a female tiefling. Most notably about her, the fact that her face is sculpted in a look of abject horror. And on the wall nearby is a paint mark in the shape of a green stick. You see that there is a gathering of citizens. There is a gathering of citizens around, and strangely for the row, you do see a small dispatch of city guards down here, investigating.
This one of a big Poirot-like mustache.
Got a Kenneth Branagh Poirot mustache.
Like, no, you can tell these guys are not like high brass. They were obviously just sent down here because this is an exceptional circumstance. Go at least have a look.
Buce is going to walk up to somebody in the crowd who's gawking and just sort of say to them, like, so what did this one say?
Well, I don't think it's nothing, mate. I think it's a statue.
Yeah, best okay, I'll leave you keep thinking that.
I think I didn't see it here now yesterday.
So you think they put the statue up?
I think there's been some civic art engagements.
My God, they've really turned this place around, eh?
They're really trying. I saw graffiti on the wall there the other day. It's a very detailed cop, but it was graffiti and it was a civic art installation as well.
It's nice to see the council finally taking note of this place.
It wasn't the council, mate. That was Big Jim.
Whoa!
Big Jim knows somebody on the council, surely.
Big Jim knows all people.
He knows a lot of cops, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this the Satyr's Tail.
You go in, as ever, you head in to find the interior of a crowded tavern, thick with smoke and a variety of unpleasant smells. Many of the patrons here appear to be half-orcs, while others are obviously sailors.
Orcs can be sailors.
Mutually exclusive. And immediately, hit me with a perception check.
That is 14.
14. So you see, it's pretty busy. Again, like, this is obvious. People have been not able to go here for 3 days and are now able to go back here at like 1 PM. So yeah, no, it's pretty hopping. You see the bartender and the owner of this establishment, Julius, who you would have who you would know mostly by reputation, who is a very hold on, what was it? Yeah, a very kind of a rough, large half-orc named Julius, who is missing his left arm. Again, known mostly by reputation for being incredibly stern and very capable of running a popular establishment in the Stygian Row for as long as he has. But also, you see him and his variety of staff like managing the crowd, pretty typically, and at a table, entertaining a troupe of guests is the familiar red cloak of Fritz and the Sailor.
Buce is obviously going to tip that on over to Frickson.
He clocks you immediately. He's like, Stephanie!
Richard! Who does a man have to rob to get a free drink around here?
Maybe you, apparently. By the way, I hear of you saving the city.
Hey!
Somebody would tell me that you are rolling in coin after Icarus.
I do it out of the goodness of my heart.
Have you met Augustus tight-fisted?
It's not the only type of thing that is tight from what I understand. I am talking about his Victor!
Ah! You.
So aside from saving this humble city, what brings you back to the road?
Oh, I just wanted to be back. Smell the smells, see the crowds. What has been happening?
Why would you want to smell the smells? I have burnt out my own nose hairs to stop doing that.
I'm not sure that would stop anything, but sure, if you want to do that. Well, you know, it's a unique smell. So, what's been happening?
Well, I mean, aside from sitting in our huts like a set of drowned rats for 3 days straight, the same old. Not nearly as much as exciting as you, although the events that I told you about last we spoke of have been occurring with slight more regularity.
Are these events of the civic art variety?
You spotted the new installation, I see.
Yes.
It is a great shame. She was a good friend of mine. She reached too far into somebody's pocket. And it ended up, as we say, tight-fisted.
I think it was more
As
like
in,
a
stone-fisted.
kind of fisted, open palm, screaming face.
If that is the kind of fisted you will see, I do not want to be with you at night.
Oh.
So,
Could you tell me whose pocket she was reaching into? Professional curiosity.
Hit me with a persuasion check.
16.
He kind of like side eyes his hands. Like, some people say that she was trying to lift, on her own initiative, to lift the pockets of the young Noor Dragon.
Is this forgive me, I don't know who this person is. Are they new?
No. They are old money.
Oh.
What's his
Great.
name? The young Taran. He is descended from the Nurjagons of the Dragon Lords. Holds up, very, very quiet fellow. Holds up in his estate up in the Agora. It is a spindly web, though. She tried to steal from him. He tried to capture the Lady of Coin. The Lady of Coin is the one who captured Monceris.
so, wait, why did he go after the Lady of Coin?
She has been robbing she has been pilfering she has been running the criminal underground of this city for years now. She has been organizing an army. I told you this day. I asked her if you wanted to join her ranks. She has been running the criminal industry in the city.
But you just said this was she made this. She did this work on her own.
Cerise did. Cerise tried to do it without her.
So she's coming after the
allowance.
freelancers now. Okay. Well, I have some more questions for you, my friend. If somebody was to look for the sheep.
Well, I am not an expert, but I would say that my best bet would be the harbor.
Oh, you are a smart man, Frickson. That's why I come to you.
It is one of my defining traits.
If somebody was to look for a certain ship, which was written down in a certain log, in a certain harbor master's office, where would I find this office?
He kind of looks at you. I would say maybe the harbor master's office. Do people say that you are known for your wits, Persephone? Because it seems like you are telling
Okay,
me what
so I'm going to point to this map and I'm going to show you exactly how big the fucking harbor is. I see fucking ducks everywhere.
There is a map of Mytros just with knives like thrown in it. And my first song is like okay, I'm back. It is a busy district, but the harbor master's office is very easy to find. It is at the start of the docklands proper. You'll spot it. It's a large building.
Okay. Does anybody work there?
Stealing. Not very often. There's not. There's plenty of cargo, but sailors are not to be trifled with. You see old Julius. He was a sailor back in the day, and he will fuck you up writing. They are. It is not very worth our while to get shucked for a box full of fish.
This is fair. Okay. So what about that drink, eh?
This one is mine. You can sort yourself out.
Oh, Frickson, you son of a bitch. Okay. Yep, Stephanie's just gonna go and get a drink.
Hit me with a perception check.
How's that not 20 rolling going?
My slide is not so good.
3.
Perception?
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Wow.
Too distracted by something.
Your trust was in that bar,
Just imagine like the proud just sticking through the toilet door.
Don't give me away.
The big name like Sky-taur.
The 2 bathrooms Sky-taur and Ultra.
I'm just imagining like some skeletal sailor just like popping on his hat like, well, back to the old ground.
Tough day for the bone trade.
Oh, you were looking for Boney Bill over in the corner. Okay, so so we're going to leave you for the moment while you are just sitting and enjoying a fine drink and catching up with Frickson. As we move back up then to the top, to the taverna. Again, parties in full swing in mid-afternoon. Crowds are hopping, lutes are playing, everything's going very, very well.
Has Atalanta joined us at this stage?
Nope, she's
You're not coming up to the big
she's on
table?
a solo mission.
Alright.
The fellow's popping and locking in the middle
Oh,
of this.
I thought you said you were following them kind of from behind. What
No.
is Atalanta doing, actually?
So, is there a dragon graveyard?
She's gonna piss on their bones. Knew it!
Anyway.
No. No, actually, and specifically, you would know this because the dragon. Hit me with a history check.
Maybe like
We know that-
official.
We know that Palmetria got their own tombs, so probably the dragons that were back then. I would imagine that they all get their own special little individual like crypts. Maybe a fun sidekick.
That is
Exactly.
a 9.
A 9. Was it? Is it advantage on
Oh, it is on, actually, it's advantage on,
history on intelligence checks with dragons?
yeah, that's still 9 is still the best I can do. Rude.
It is. There is no dragon graveyard in Mytros, but you obviously would remember that you went to the necropolis at Telemach outside of Astoria, which is where Balmitria was interned. But you would have no idea where any other dragons would be buried. There's certainly no sign in Mytros that says Dragon Graveyard.
In that case, I would like her to go back to the dragon stables that I was brought to by Acostas.
Wait, to a dragon stable?
Let's start a dragon graveyard right
Yeah,
here,
want
right
to give
now.
everybody a lift?
Oh, yeah.
Not everybody.
Can I, sorry, just like, for absolutely, completely, not unrelated, but just completely just of Juno's own accord, could I just roll to see, like, if I could get higher and just know if there's a dragon graveyard?
While you're drinking, you're like, oh, I know where the dragon graveyard is.
Pondering.
Can I just do that?
Sure.
Awesome.
Can I just take
You're just trying to. Yeah, you're just kind of pondering with some fucking.
in the boards, like,
Yeah, you're just sitting there with some
I
philosopher.
feel like you
just
and me are talking like, stories like, oh, you know what is really nice? Oh, you know it's really nice? And then Juno's like, is there a dragon graveyard? I'm like, no, there fucking isn't a dragon graveyard. Why is
no, what are you
it?
talking
We're
about?
talking about nice architecture.
Why is it the theater?
Why does everyone here watch
history.
go to shit places? Good God. I didn't want to say it before, but everybody's a fucking
12.
culture. Good
I'll
God.
say with a 12. And you know.
Stories,
I'll say with a 12, and
I don't know this about you.
I'll say this kind of the group that it's part of the legend of part of the history of the Dragon Lords is that notably outside of Balmitria, none of the other dragons of the original Dragon Lords were found. They after a while they disappeared into obscurity.
Changed their name. Stole someone's mom.
Okay.
I'd
Okay, back
like
to
to
Atlanta.
go
Thank you
to
so
the
much.
dragon.
Yeah.
Groups of arms.
You head back up to the Palace District. You're let in, obviously, with no problem. And you head kind of around to the back. You find it's a large, obviously, recently built in terms of this palace courtyard and, frankly, warehouse of the stables, where the dragons are kept. At current, you walk in and you see two of the bronze dragons currently sitting in their stable, kind of just fast asleep. But in the center of the courtyard, you see where the other ones. You've seen the younger bronze dragons.
How young would you say they are?
Oh, they were copper.
Copper, pardon me. Sorry.
Would they be between 6 and 12 months, roughly?
No, older than that. It's been a couple of years.
In dragon years, I'm saying.
I do not know how to translate dragon years to, in human years. They be at least about, 6, 7.
Okay.
Still, young, but as I said, you saw them, they, are pretty small for dragons. They're,
Okay.
kind of about, 8 feet long.
Oh, just God, let me in on this first.
But
I have very specific questions I need answered.
in the center of the in the center is a much larger adult-sized dragon, large, dark scaled.
Are there any guards around?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yes, the dragons are heavily guarded, yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, you're allowed access because there. In fact, Tarkon actually is there.
Can I do a perception check to see if there are any scales that have been shed by these dragons? Because dragons do shed occasionally, and I'm just wondering if any would have been left on the ground.
Hit me with.
Or Benny look loose currently.
Oh, we're going to get near the dragons, Louise.
Really?
I might say.
Sword.
That'll be first. Do I get advantage because it's on dragon?
No, that's only on intelligence checks.
Damn
Investigation isn't intelligence, no?
I think it
No, investigation is intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh, then
Oh
you-
yeah, it is.
Cool.
You guys.
Gotcha.
That's a 13.
Silver. 13?
Yeah.
No. No, you don't find any. Like, it seems like this place is very well maintained. So if anything was to have shed and scaled off, it would have been collected.
Okay, in that case, and
pretty
you say
quickly.
Tarkon is here?
Tarkon is here, but as you walk in, you're kind of having a look around, you see the large silver dragon actually looks up and is like, well, hello.
Oh, jeez.
You speak Draconic?
I do, yeah.
No, he's speaking in common.
Yeah, I just
What the fuck?
I do speak Draconic, though.
Why is it
Oh,
like
are you going to
this?
answer back in Draconic? It's like,
Yeah.
well,
So you see,
Yeah.
he is lying. So, like, he's in the center, but you see he's actually, with that kind of investigation check, as you're kind of looking around, you see that he is lying on top of a pretty decent pile of silver coins. You see that he's trying to it seems like he's trying to make a small hoard for himself.
Classic dragon move.
Scrooge McDuck.
Only silver coins, no gold.
In Draconic, she's going to make a little bow, and in Draconic, she's going to say, "Good afternoon, sir."
Good afternoon, my lady. Have you come to visit me?
I have, and I also bring offerings to your most highness. And she's going to give him all 4 silver pieces that she has.
My goodness.
sure, she's such a lick to the Dragon Lord, God!
And because none of you were around to see this.
Okay.
This is the best thing. None of you know.
We'll never know.
Oh, she won't tell us shit.
You're very gracious. Are you sure you're not one of these servants here?
I serve no master. But of course I must pay tribute to the king's dragon.
Rightfully so.
You are the largest dragon I have ever seen. It is quite impressive.
I've been told I am the largest dragon on the planet.
Yeah, I've seen this move on some guard before.
That's all the casters. He's a dick.
Usually it's the bard that does this, but okay.
Your size is quite impressive. I imagine you are the fiercest dragon in battle.
I wish I got to stretch my claws more, but I have been known to take down armies with a single swipe. You see, as he says this, he is just lounging on his pile.
I am not surprised. A dragon of your magnitude would be quite a fierce opponent. I too am a warrior, but of much lesser ability, and I understand the need to stretch your claws, as it were. I have heard tale of this king's dragon, but to see you in person is almost more astounding than one could ever have imagined.
You see, he stretches his front paws out like a cat. Yes,
What's the
I've been
bean
told
situation?
numerous times I am magnanimous to behold.
Truly a sight I have never seen. I have often wished I could look upon your greatness. In fact, I often, as a child, would tell my sister that I was going to see the most powerful dragon in all of the land, and she often told me that I was a fool for believing I would find such a dragon. If only there was a way that I could prove to her that I had met you. It would be quite the feather in my cap.
Quick sound
What it seems that to do is to tell the truth.
Oh, but you know, siblings. They rarely believe without seeing proof.
I find the best way to convince them is to simply slap them out of the sky.
Well, not all of us have the power that you possess.
No,
my lord.
rightfully so.
It would be... No, it is too bold. It is too bold to ask. Switched up.
You have my leave to ask.
I would... She, gets down on one knee and, bows her head. I would be forever forever grateful should I possess one of your cast-off scales with which to show my sister.
Hit me with a deception check.
For persuasion?
Deception.
How do you know I'm lying? How do you know I'm lying?
Do you have a sister?
I mean, she's been
all the
referring to the
Amazonians
Amazonians
are my
as sisters the whole
sisters.
time.
Yeah.
She has been doing it the whole time.
She's known like sister.
Yeah, but does she want
Or
it to
like
show?
James
Does she
Bond.
want the scale to show her sister?
She'd probably be pretty shocked to show some of the homegirls, I would imagine.
Look me in the eye and tell me that you're not trying to deceive this dragon.
She's not trying to deceive this dragon.
Which did she want?
She's not telling the whole truth. But she is telling the truth about this. She would like to take a scale to show her sister.
Okay, I'll allow persuasion.
Not 20!
What the fuck is happening tonight?
This dragon falls.
That's a 25, just in case you wanted to know.
Apparently he's dumber than the guards.
Are Tarkin and the boys watching this?
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god!
look to the side, you see Tarkon just kind of leaning against his post huh.
Wait, are both of them just conversing in Draconic?
Yeah.
So do
They're in
Tarkon
Draconic.
speak Draconic?
Yes, he does.
Oh, great you would.
Well, he
Yeah,
looks
we
like
don't know that.
he certainly looks like he's fully understands. Huh.
Can you imagine any of us saying this what the fuck is going on?
That must be Atlanta's twin sister. Different.
Yeah.
Battle Outta.
Yeah.
So are you the good twin or the evil twin?
That's your
We know we have the evil one.
Wow!
Oh, Kneecap McGee's over here.
I haven't got to decap anyone yet, okay?
You know,
You
I
already
know.
have.
Doesn't stop you from trying.
Yeah, you
And
see
he
then
comes.
Icarus just kind of chuckles to like a deep kind of bellowing chuckle that kind of reverberates throughout kind of his whole form. Like, I've been told that my scales glitter in the sunlight as I soar through the air. They are mighty gifts, boons to be found by noble heroes throughout the land. You seem a fine servant to the dragons. And you see he kind of just scratches himself with his talon a little. And just from the tip of it, just a single silver scale.
She reverently takes it from him and very carefully wraps it up and puts it in her bag. I am forever grateful to you, my lord. My sister and I have had a hard life, and this is a dream truly come true for us.
I would wish that you would stay at the palace. I believe you would be a fine servant. I would wish to have your presence serve me my sheep on a daily basis.
Unfortunately, I must do other things in service of your very great king, indeed. But should I ever have the opportunity to return here and serve you, I of course shall take it.
Look forward to it.
She's going to bow again, kind of walk, quietly out of the room.
You kind of you walk past and you see kind of Tarkon just
As she walks past him, stone face.
Not paid enough for it.
I really hope Tarkon mentions this to us.
Yeah.
Because you know who owns?
Yeah.
Darn this thing.
man, you really buttered him up.
That's really what it was.
Well, it's hardly buttering if it's the truth, right? Keeps walking.
Even
I'm just imagining she leaves and the dragon just lays over in his back
Yeah, that's exactly.
Happy.
He kind of
Curious.
just settles himself down and just big kind of big kind of toothy grin,
Honestly, the face he's making in the pictures kind of
rubbing his
Yeah.
belly.
I'm getting all Smaug energies from him.
Oh
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly.
He's very much just a little asshole cat.
So yeah, you are now in possession of a single silver dragon scale.
Yeah, how big is it?
Yeah, I was about to ask. Yeah.
He's an adult-sized dragon.
Skills in the picture look pretty
Yeah, like
big.
looking.
Yeah, like I'd say, like kind of solidly, like about that kind of big.
That sounded like a song.
It's like, yeah.
You can't pitch this.
I was like, yo, Atlanta, where did you buy plate? She's gonna go. She's gonna go find the Amazon
It's a piece of your
queen, the like head Amazon guard.
Oh, you're gonna go from the cat. Okay, well, we'll come back to that then. So, as you kind of move back into the palace, as earlier, then we're going to move back to the taverna back in the Agora. As you are all celebrating and drinking and reveling, the crowd has been, like, the crowd has been kind of filtering in, and the place is kind of bustling, and, you know, everyone's asking you questions of your exploits, everyone's celebrating, everyone's thanking you for the storm. But very quickly you notice a couple of heads actually turn and look back at the entranceway.
Kelly just noticed this.
And then that's when I was talking to, you know, the feisty actor, you know, the first one, he was a bit, you know, that's when I found him fucking
I wrote that
upside
play.
down. I know, he's one of my favorites, honestly. No, but like,
Oh, thank you.
I found him tied up, upside down, thought he was trying to, you know, like be in a cocoon and then emerge.
Like
It
a
was
destroy.
exactly, it was so weird. Hey, what the fuck is going on over there?
Yeah, you see then a handful of the crowd, particularly the ones kind of closer to the doorway, kind of turn, and some people kind of filter actually back out. As you kind of
8 p.m.
as you kind of listen, you hear just kind of snatches of conversations, but you hear something. You hear the torch. You hear the run.
It's happening Macarena.
Can I do some sort of like history check to see if I know what the fuck that means? I'm on the scene.
You can also just, if you want to just head outside, just have a quick look.
Yeah.
Follow up.
I know, I'm sitting here.
He's like, I got a drink. I am not
I
moving.
feel like Nafel was like dancing with some people when they went outside. He was like, "Oh, let's go outside." Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That's NFL died.
Hit by meteor.
We'll come back. What's your history check?
Oh, I did not make it because I thought they were gonna go find out what it was.
No, roll a history check and we'll kind of come back to that. You two head outside?
Yeah.
As you head outside, you kind of, you 7. No, you don't know. It don't matter. You head outside, and as you kind of like, as the two of you kind of shoulder your way through the crowd, like people kind of like you through, you come to you find yourself at the front of a crowd lining the main highway of this part of the Agora, and amidst the cheers, you start hearing the running, the sound of runners' footsteps coming ahead of you, and before you notice, the source of the noise dashes past you, a lithe young man carrying a torch. He runs for another block before handing a flame to another runner who immediately takes off in the same direction. And the first runner's friends gather around him and congratulate him, and as laughter and excitement start to fill the air, the first young runner announced to the crowd, "The great games are going to be beginning! The great games are beginning!"
He's gonna be like Twister. Or...
Or like,
Hey, what great games is going on?
does it include fire?
You see a young siren man turn.
Nice form.
Say the
Nice ass.
games,
Yeah,
the great games held in Mytros every 4 years.
What, like snooker?
It is a competition of strength and athletics. The torch symbolizes its beginning. Registration begins today.
Oh, rad! Where do we register?
Over the
My friends love games. Can I sign up for them?
the celebration torch is up at the top of the street.
Is that where they're going?
That's where the torch is going.
Let's go!
Oh, yeah, let's go.
You head up, and by this point, the runner has already reached it, and you see a large bowl. You find a large bowl that is currently erupting in a celebratory flame. And at the foot of the bowl, you now see queues of people signing various parchments.
I think it could be like a good group activity to like help us get to know each other. I think we need to play some games. again.
Did you go with them?
No.
I feel like
I
she
can
I
imagine
think
it's
she
like,
really
you wanna
goes.
go to
She
the
really
games, Sally? I've never gone with
Absolutely
the
not on your sport.
Like I probably any rules.
What do you usually do? I do this.
Yeah,
to be
no,
perfect.
exactly.
I do this.
We
but I
would
usually
like to
also
sign
play.
up Gladius Astra for the game.
We would like to volunteer.
We think it would be good group bonding.
I doesn't like writing a play. This is very stimulating.
Yes, honestly, it was my early work, so it's not that good in my opinion.
As you
So
see,
good.
Across the city, Atlantis
I
shivers.
love-
Like, that has happened.
I love it. You know what I mean? The horse acting just really doesn't get enough credit.
as
I
you
know,
see,
that's the whole point to it.
the games are held over a number of days with a variety of different activities being held. As you're reading the kind of the sign up sheet and the leaflets, you find that you can sign up for a variety of activities. There is a long jump, a sprint, javelin throwing, discus wrestling, and then to cap the entire time off, the entire celebration off, it is all in a group relay race.
My God, let's do a card.
We'd be so good at that. Oh, disc throwing, Atlanta would be so good at disc throwing. She has like
Javelin throwing.
Oh my goodness,
She'd be
yeah.
amazing at that.
If you see like the woman kind of like at the front of the, if you want to bring applications and
Oh yeah, good idea.
if you want to bring applications, you can hand them back to any office to any games officers around the city. We're for the next day we're going to be posted around collecting.
Oh, fantastic! I could take some leaflets too. So
Of course.
Can I ask what is the prize?
I think it's just a game, right? It's the games.
I mean, that's all well and good, but I'm just out of curiosity.
I don't understand people.
I love this
I'm
team.
not a person though.
Oh,
I'm a sitter.
I think you're still like
Not right now.
well, aside
However you
from
want to define yourself.
aside from fame and glory for being
Got that.
the champions of
They
aside
are
from fame and
right.
glory for being the champions of each activity, placing in any of the daily activities will allow you a spot on the relay, and that gains you a medal, a medal of significant value,
Made out of what?
depending on where you place gold, silver, and bronze.
We're not really interested now. We're just gonna play some games.
Yeah, this is
Play some games.
just gonna play some games, you know?
Even if we don't get to realize, we'll just play it ourselves in the streets.
Of course, the event games start tomorrow and run for run for 3 days.
Tell
And
you what, good timing, because this city was not ready for the games yesterday.
if we it's
Very lucky.
it's very funny actually. We've been prepping the games until the storm hit. And we were all very worried that they weren't going to take place. They were supposed to be set for tomorrow, so it is very lucky that of course you saved the city. You have allowed the games to go ahead.
We did barely. You would have done the same thing if you were there.
Sorry.
When
I
I
drank
think
a bit too much.
she's got a journey and having fun with her crew, you know?
Yeah, why not? I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
But like,
But if you want to win, we can make sure we win.
I'm gonna come to win.
If it's important to you, then it's
Yeah.
important to me.
No, I don't say like important, but like if I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it. And I think I want to do it too.
Let's go bring them. Let's go bring them the sign-up sheets.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're so good. They're gonna be so into it.
They're gonna love this idea.
No, I just know it.
I'm really excited to tell
This
them.
is not the drink talking. I can tell you that for sure. I have good intuition.
I would never. I don't even know. Know it's a difference. How you talk usually. Exactly. Yeah.
It's just like I talk all the time.
Let's go.
As you grab sign-up sheets for everyone.
I get extra just in case.
And as I said, the games begin tomorrow, and you can hand these in any time today.
Yeah. Nabella's scribbled in his already and has handed his back to apply to all of them.
to all of the events.
Yeah, are they going at the same time or like?
No, they're happening pretty concurrently across the
He
days.
just wants to play some games.
It just has
He
like
thinks it sounds
J,
like good fun.
U, N, O. Just really like bad handwriting.
Yeah, Nabella drew a picture of himself as well.
I'll gather
all
up
of them as well?
Huh?
Juno playing for all of them as well?
Did Juno write Juno of, hero fame?
Yeah, just like.
You may remember me.
Imagine if I was like a little picture of himself. It's just like him with like
You don't
big
Aw.
gold
No, it's not good at all.
Yeah, we went back to the tavern.
Yep, no, you rode back in. Like by this point, people are kind of filtering back in after the applications, and even by this point, you two have now heard. Like people had left, like some people have kind of left and come back, and you've heard now that the great games are beginning and the applications have started.
And someone one time suggested using 2 men in a suit instead of a real
That's
horse.
ridiculous.
I know.
As soon as
So-
everyone slams down applications, they're playing games in the city for the next couple of days, and we can all enter as a group together and have some
Couple of
fun.
days.
Yes.
3 days.
3 days! I burned down.
How do you keep yourself so stylish? Like, is it even in the
Oh my
moment?
god,
Like, is it,
thank you.
it's like
I
you
mean, it's
always
very
look
difficult
wonderful. Is the thing.
I'm just like putting like pen, quill. We'll say quill.
Into their
In like their hand and just.
I don't think they
I
understand.
put it in my bag.
And you wanted me to do what with this?
Oh, well, we're gonna apply. We've applied for the games, and we thought maybe we could do it as a group activity, and that you'd be really
Long
good.
jump,
I don't jump.
sprints,
I don't do
javelin,
that.
discus. These are all throwing based things.
Discus you would
You-
kill.
No, I would not.
You
I'm very
so
not
would.
dexterous. I take out.
But
I
Adrian's
start
more of
eating it.
a strength-based person.
But like, it doesn't have to be about winning. It can be like a fun thing for us to do while we're in the city. Look at me on our side.
Is there like a poetry game?
I don't. You know
Or, like,
what
dancing?
though? You know what? I think.
Wait, hang on. Who's in the wrestling match? Wait.
Well, we both applied. I'm
To
sure-
what?
Oh,
Wait, hang
all
on.
of them.
All of them.
What?
Oh boy, I need to watch that.
Yeah. Well, I thought. I mean, there's games. I'm not really busy.
You don't know. We're all
Not
kind
really
of just.
I guess we're here for 3 days then.
Are they gonna have to wrestle each other?
I mean, we can practice
I'm
together as
so
well.
down. I'm so
Yeah,
down.
we can all practice as well.
Would you complain if I found some like oil and just throw it at you?
Stop. I think we do
The
have to
more
wear
the
oil.
merrier. I feel like
It's
Yeah, no,
question.
you do.
Yeah.
I know.
Do we have to be in our underwear like?
No, I've read about this. Yes, you do. You have to wear this like very. I'm pretty sure you have to do it naked. I've read a lot of pictures about
That's
it.
fine.
Yeah.
I read
With
that
oil, of
section.
course.
Yeah. There's a
That's
good
fine.
literature. There's some great sculptures of it back at the temple. Yeah, sure. I'll join that last one. I would practice with you two.
No, it's okay. If you want to keep your like competitive like spirit in there, that's fine.
No, like as in, I don't want us to get each other out. We got to diversify. We can get all 3 of those medals.
That's what the relay race at the end. It's whoever wins each one gets to be in this relay race to get a place in it. I think there's some kind of prize or whatever, but that's not really why we're doing this. Callie, but I'm thinking, maybe you don't
People
win a
pay your
game,
tab
but,
for the whole
being
night.
in there, I think that people are going to be watching, and you could like slip in some poetry or something.
Yes.
I don't do sweat.
That is fair.
Oh.
I'm in each of the games. If you
I'll
want to
say,
like get on my back,
You
I'm
have
sure it's allowed.
as I said, like you have a leaflet. It actually doesn't mention having to be naked.
Yeah, and what? Listen,
It doesn't say you can't.
Does it say
can't talk jury anyway. He's fine. Find an angle
But
he
actually,
enjoys.
as you're kind of
Oh,
looking,
you've seen jury statues. He's not basing this off real life.
Please tell me, like, Jerry
Where-
hands the back the leaflet and it's like
That's
crudely
fair.
like scribbled in.
it
must
does.
be
What
naked.
it does mention, though, it obviously lays out all of the events.
Your largest, strongest competitor.
It also celebrates this year by having an outside judge officiate. The celebrated Oracle of the Heartlands, Versi, is going to be judging. Is going to be one of the judges. And then there's also a small segment on the history of.
None of us read that.
But at a glance, it does have that in the first Great Games in the foundation of Mytros, it is said that the 5 themselves participated. And it does have
would have been dope. At
it
this.
does have at the bottom that good old Pythor won every single goal.
Maybe we
Does
can go
it say
practice
what-
at Mytor.
Valis. I'm stepping in the same footsteps as Valis.
But does it say what events Kira participated in?
No, it does not.
Okay,
We could ask her. She's in the city.
that's true. Is she here with us right now, or is she
Nope.
napping?
She's still up in Ballas's apartment.
Is
A
there a
day
singing
maybe.
competition?
We can just make
Can I
nice.
history check to see if I know which one it was?
Sure.
Actually, can I?
Or would it be
Can
religion?
I check what
History.
Valis- Can I check what Valis did? Seeing as how like
History. Yeah, no, you can make history
I
checks.
want to try this Kira trick as well.
Do you sit in the Satyr's tail, sipping and drinking, and just think, I wonder what events.
That's 4.
There's a
5.
Didn't get me anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I skipped that day.
A 14.
14.
Yeah, no. 4s and 5s get you nothing. Like, this isn't exactly something that was kept on record as being very notable. But,
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
but
what?
you will.
That wasn't something notable?
Is there no like record, like actual record?
fuck you, you're in a bar!
We could probably find a book or something. Really
But you, like, from just kind of what you know about Kira, you know that she's very kind of lithe and dexterous. You can imagine that, like, she would have done very well in the dex-based ones of, like, discus and javelin.
Yeah, fuck it. I know about it, so I don't really well.
I'm just
What
making a
kind of
wisdom
dex
check
then?
against myself. Don't worry about it.
Please lose. Please lose.
But as it
I
said,
signed up for the job.
but as the flyer said, good old Pythor won gold in everything that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I'm gonna beat
yeah.
Kira.
After okay, I don't. Oh wait, Opa, we don't know yet how Opa's.
Oh no, of course. Like we'll like you can hand in your applications. I'll get a roundup of what exactly everybody's going to be doing.
But yeah, the
beforehand.
minute we meet these two back again, same shtick of like, oh come on, join us and the games and you'll love it.
I bet Buce is going to get material for more tattoos.
Oh,
There's no way he's doing anything else.
Oh.
Buce is
But then,
probably
yeah,
going to
once-
get more tattoo materials.
yeah, Nefel's plan is now just to go practice with anyone who's willing, and definitely ask Pythor to
Based
practice
off of
with us.
all the all his future tattoos,
No,
based off of all the origins.
When he agrees to like
To wrestle with us?
wrestle with us, glistening. Grease.
We're going to get the best grease and all of it.
In all of grief? Wait.
I was like, wait, hold on. We should cut it.
Okay.
Also, keeping a good eye on the time, because 8 p.m. there's that.
Yeah, what time is it now?
There's already a code.
So like kind of coming like kind of later afternoon, so like 4ish about this point.
Okay.
Oh.
It's getting there. It's getting the day is going. The day is happening.
Nefel did initiate this party at 8, so it's really important you remember to go to.
Of course. Atlanta, you then want to head to
Michaela?
Michaela. You head then out to the you head kind of over towards Valis's kind of apartment area. That was where you saw her last, and you find her standing guard outside of the apartment of the 5.
I'm assuming she's thinking, why did I shiver that much?
Yes, something bad has happened.
You'll soon find out.
Michaela, hi. Would you have a moment to talk?
Of course. Yes. What can I do for you?
Well, sister, I would like to show you something. It is not exactly something I would like to be spread around. Can I rely on your trust? Or just on your discretion?
if I've learned many things in the palace, discretion is a trait to treasure. You
She
of course
like
have mine.
very like subtly pulls out the scale and just shows her a little bit of it.
That's
You want to see some of these?
very interesting. Where did you
It matters not how I got it. What I would like to know is, do you know of any place I could acquire more or perhaps multiply this current scale?
No, I mean, dragon scales are quite a rarity these days with the lacking number of dragons themselves. As I said, I'm quite stunned to see one off. I'm presuming that is of Icarus, is it?
I would prefer not to say, for everyone's safety.
It's a hard world.
So many. No, not much more when I'm done with them.
I mean, aside from the dragons themselves, I can't say I know where.
I have heard that dragons tend to shed on occasion, like dogs. And I was curious where these excess scales may have been placed. Surely they are not thrown away.
It's hard to say. The Dragon Lords, the current order of Dragon Lords, tend to self-manage the runnings, the ins and outs of their the ins and outs of their stables. If they do, in fact, what they do with the shed scales of the dragons currently out there, I do not know.
Well, thank you for your help. And again, I would like to stress the rather discreet nature of my possession. Can I do a perception check to see if she's going to keep my secret?
Go inside.
Inside, yeah. Ah, fuck. That's 14.
14. It looks like she's on the open. Like, she's seen how much Valis trusts all of you. She knows that you guys are heroes. Like, she's not going to start going. She's not going to go tell Acastus that you fucking got a scale. Like, no, it seems like, she's going to keep this stone.
Cool.
I wouldn't trust Icarus to keep it quiet, though. He's kind of a smug bastard.
For now.
Actually, doesn't know.
Tarkin and the boys saw as well.
He doesn't know who you are, actually.
Nope.
Yeah,
never
that's
ask my name, because you know what? Arrogant men never fucking do.
That's true. You're so smart and wise.
Yep, so she's gonna head back to there.
Out about this time then, Nefel shows up, because you said you wanted to go back to the...
Mytrosian to...
So Nefel, as you kind of finish up your conversation with Michaela, Nefel has rounded the corner.
I think you make eye contact and the fellas goes, and he lights up and goes, Atlanta! You know how you're super good at everything you do?
Nefel, what would you like? Why?
Javelin.
Here is also from around the corner comes.
I bet you that slams into Nefel.
Disc throw.
You may be able to impale some people.
They shake some leaflets and they're like, so some of us are entering. The games are happening.
Nefel, have you signed anything without our
No.
perusal?
Here, blank sheet. I have not signed anything, but I think it could be fun. And I know maybe that isn't entirely what you would be looking for, but because you're so strong and good at things, it could be a great chance for you to show your physical prowess and your
These mere mortals. We already know, but
if you want to have fun, that would be cool too.
we mainly want to do this for fun.
You want to have a good time.
But we would love for you to just.
I'm rather concerned that you feel I like to demonstrate my prowess for attention.
I thought maybe it
I
would
would
be
have-
more a warning.
Love it. Warning. Yes.
Novel, if you would
Keep
like
going.
my help, all you need to do is ask.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, well, I mean,
Javelin.
I would love your help.
Well,
Yeah.
then I shall do what I can.
The fella's like pauses for a second. Goes, if you want any help from me, you can ask
She
me
now
as
looks
well."
very dismayed that he is crying, and she's
he
like,
turns
pass.
turns around.
He's
Well,
just-
apparently Mytrosian won all the games when he entered, when the 5 entered, so we
Oh.
are going
Well,
to
then this should be a breeze. That oak can win anyway.
Love the
can.
energy. Love the energy. We need that energy for our round.
Some of them were not quite on board, but then I think they changed their mind, so I think pretty much, we haven't seen
I
news
imagine
yet.
the jury went for the wrestling.
Yeah, actually, how did you know?
Lucky guess.
Yeah, I think I wasn't sure about Kylie, but then she too, she took a moment and then she decided something in her was like, oh, we should. So yeah, as far as I know, everyone's on board. Opa is still thinking about it.
We're going to be doing all the activities.
You're doing all of the events.
All.
I just thought while we're in the city, when I play all the games.
Oh, of course. And you. Yes, Nefel, Juno, great idea.
I knew it.
I would like to ask that I can perhaps aid you in your training.
I would love
Yes,
that. This is going so well.
really well. Anything about like this,
Yeah,
You
we're
may
taking-
want to have a big breakfast.
I'll use zombie twice.
Yeah, great.
Not a problem.
Fantastic. Yeah. Let's go find Python.
You're outside of the apartment, so you
No,
walk
no.
on in. Yeah, you walk on in and you see Valis. Valis doesn't look to be kind of in the room, but you see the door to her bed chamber is closed up. But first you spot Vulcan still exactly as you left him, just asleep, sitting up in the chair.
Fantastic.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's one, still breathing, and two, what level of recovery he's at?
Did he pass away in his sleep?
Go. Yep.
Oh god, it's just died from exhaustion.
He slipped away. Classic dad move.
That's a 10.
10. Looks like he's just napping.
Ah,
Looks like he's just granddad napping, just taking it easy while he can. He hasn't sat in a chair this comfy in a long time. But past him, the most active you see is Pythor, just at the table, just chugging a Bloody Mary.
Beautiful.
And Kira's off in the corner, just kind of humming and just kind of writing something. You see, Pythor.
He's making a Bloody Mary? That shit's like alcoholic soup!
Cool! The games! The games!
Also,
Hey, did you know that I won all of them?
We
the first time?
heard! We entered all of them. Well, we did.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
We're wondering if maybe you wanted to practice with us or gave us some. I know you're recovering, so maybe. You wanted to
Absolutely!
practice.
Right now! 100%. I say I was, see, kind of just tighten his pants, okay, now, my forte was always the wrestling.
Love it.
So, Nefel, get into a good stance, take your shirt off.
Done.
You're not wearing a shirt, are you?
No, he does wear the
Okay.
right armor.
Okay.
It's sleeveless, but he's got rid of it now.
And he takes you then just kind of out to the courtyard. He's so, you ever wrestled before?
Not competitively.
ooh.
Okay, rules are simple rules, basic encounter. Essentially, we're going to run kind of a pretty standard wrestling rules, which is it's going to be just straight athletics checks, 1 to grapple them, a second in a row to pin them.
Gotcha.
So you have to basically get 2 athletics checks in a row. So, hold on while I just get Pythor's
Pinned by
stats.
Pythor.
Atlanta is watching this with
I'm
glee in
just-
her eyes.
I'm before I joined them, I fixed myself a Bloody Mary because it looked really good. And then I'm just
He's probably got in a big picture, the monster.
Okay.
Picture barrel.
So-
Oh god.
Look at barrels.
Pythor, obviously, has his disadvantage.
Yeah.
He,
He's also a god.
He has
No, 69
disadvantage.
strength.
Roll that one.
But
Like you don't want Pythor on your rock.
Oh?
he gets a +10.
Okay. I get a plus 3.
Plus 10?
Oh, wait, is it just straight strength, yeah?
Athletics.
Okay, I'll get a plus 5. Okay.
Yes.
No, a plus 6.
Oh,
There's a
wow.
chance.
Wow.
There's a chance.
So he's like, okay, root your feet firmly
Yeah.
and go.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
His first one is a 17.
9.
So he gets his arm kind of straight up around the back of your head.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
so
I'm the
he's-
fella. I hate this.
So he's got you in a hole.
Oh, me.
So he's got you in a hole. He's like, okay, you root,
So now
you
you're trying to,
pivot,
like,
and you
decide
turn,
the hole.
and
Oh, dear.
we go again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
23.
13.
Okay, I get out.
As you kind of get out, you just kind of, you kind of, like, you move kind of pretty nimbly and just kind of get your arm kind of in around his head. He's like, oh, Jesus.
I've done my fair play.
This is
Drop
Jesus'
these tongues
Chico.
on it.
You play.
Fair play.
That is 16.
15. You just kind of sweep the leg and just, actually, sorry, disadvantage. 12. You just kind of like, you turn, you kind of get low, turn, just kind of kick the back of the ankle as just his huge muscly form just like, poof, hits the ground.
I give him a weak kiss in the forehead.
Oh.
The Bloody Mary's still here.
Excuses. Good try.
And you see like Kira just kind of off the side just laughing her ass off.
Yeah, I like wrestling. This is good fun.
They don't call you Pythor the 5 gold medals now, do they?
I think you did very well.
Oh. I think I slipped a disc.
That's a different game. That's a different game.
Just
Which we also need to practice that because again we are in. Oh yeah, it's your now go for Juno. Tag in.
Yeah, we'll let you know wrestle as well.
Just so you know, I'm more used to wrestling with my horns.
Oh god.
So like, I don't have any anymore.
That is not going to be allowed in the games.
No,
You gotta use your arm.
I don't have them. Like, is what I mean. Like, I'm used to it. So like, this is good practice with my.
Of course. So it is as I said, athletics checks. 25.
So that is 21.
Oh,
There is a lot of like you can tell like he's still got like he got
17.
like the wind knocked out of him the first time, but like you can tell like he's kind of getting back into the rhythm of it. But you are slip sliding around him. You're kind of like you almost kind of get the arm over him, but he just kind of he kind of looms over and just kind of grabs the back of your neck.
Oh,
He manages to kind of grab onto the scruff, some of the scruff.
nice.
24.
Not yours.
15.
Those are
15.
19.
What?
19.
19. Like you're like he's got like kind of some of the hair on your back. Some of the kind of fur he's got in a grab. You're trying to kind of nimble out. You're trying to stick your hooves around. But he just but he gets a good kind of firm hold on the back of your neck and just flips you
Is
over.
he rolling with disadvantage still?
Yep.
My God.
He's warmed up. Bloody Mary finally hit him.
I'm sorry, all that oil we put in our match just slipped it over.
Ooh yeah, that's the good stuff.
I agree.
Ah.
A kiss.
Give it a forehead kiss.
But yeah, you then proceed to kind of practice just some of the other games with Pythor.
Yeah. Atlanta, if Atlanta wants to
Adelanto is
point
very
us.
much watching all this happen, which is like straight face but glee in her eyes. She is.
Are you proud of
Just
me?
watching us like the
Yeah.
three, like you, Juno, Nefel,
I will
and
give
Pythor
you
just kind of
some-
toss each other around.
I'll
Yeah.
give you some very, very small insight into why Atalanta's enjoying this so much. She knows you're about to do a fuck ton of games that you're going to be absolutely wrecked, and she's so excited to watch the enthusiasm die with your energy levels.
Wow.
Absolutely no, that will never wane. The onward
I
will wane.
can't see that happening.
Even if it feels tired, he's still gonna be happy.
Exactly.
You masochist.
I like to imagine that it's like the energy levels are like this, so then when theirs is up there,
Atlantis is down here. You see the rain,
Yeah. We were energized by seeing them just like not know how to
So Persephone, you're down in the row. Where do you want to? Do you want to head straight to the Docklands, or do you want to head back to the apartment and regroup first?
Persephone is just hanging around in the bar a little bit longer. You said there was a large portion of sailors there.
Oh, hello, Sam.
I think
Your
it's
chances are pretty
I
high.
thought you said satyrs. Like,
Sailors.
Or did you say satyrs?
I thought you said anyway.
Probably both.
Sailors. Some of them are satyrs. There is sailors. There is a.
But no half-orc sailors, apparently.
No, there is half orc sailor. Again, the owner of the bar was a previous sailor who is a half orc.
Okay. Does Persephone overhear anybody specifically mention their ship?
You actually, you had a perception check there. That was 16, was it?
Oh jeez, I can't remember that.
That was a long time ago, kid.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay.
Well, what's your pass?
I remember the I remember just kind of the outcome of that one, but hit me with another perception check to kind of listen in.
Oh boy, can I go for my passive?
Nope.
I don't. It was 9.
9. You are.
Yet again, the ultra sliders. By the window.
It's a big boat with a fake mustache.
Sitting behind a newspaper with clouds.
Not me, I'm the Nobletron.
Ultra spotted 5 minutes away.
It's a boat holding a newspaper in front of its face.
I have the real-time info and it says it was just here. Weird.
Is the Ultros in the Stygian row?
It is a
call on Wicked Night Out.
it is a bustling energy. It's bustling energy. Frickson has gone. Frickson also is a local bard of the. It's like the house bard. It's the film,
Clayton.
But he's kind of up on stage and kind of like moving around the room, just kind of serenading some people. So he's kind of split off from you, and as you're kind of like going around, kind of investigating the place, you hear a lot of rabble. There's a lot of talk. Obviously, the most notable subject on people's minds is the store. Is obviously that. But you do particularly hear a very loud and rambunctious half orc. Around a large table. With a variety of satyrs and harpies and tieflings, boastfully talking about how he can't wait to get back on the open seas, basically kind of very loudly proclaiming the fact that he is a pirate. He's not hiding. He's like I've been locked inside too long. I've been on land. I need to get back out there and just start taking ships again. I miss the feeling of swinging from the rope and hitting another ship's deck, knowing that this will soon be mine.
No,
Does this guy mention the name of his ship?
Not immediately. But he is loudly boasting of his prowess as a captain, of his viciousness as a fighter, and as you're kind of listening out, you hear kind of somebody say, "It's like, what do you tell them if they don't listen to you, boss?" And he says, "It's like, well, I tell them that if they don't like me, they can talk to the Lady of Coin."
I'm guessing that's not the name of the boat. Okay, he says, Buce is gonna, edge himself closer to this guy. And he's gonna turn to him. He's gonna acquire another drink in his other hand. And he's gonna turn to him like, "Did you say the lady of coin?"
He looks... I'm gonna roll him a quick history check. He looks you up and down. And who's asking?
Oh, just an admirer of the lady of coin, and he hands him a drink.
Much appreciated. So, I don't remember seeing you around these parts much.
Oh, really? I worked down at the docks. Yeah, tough shift today. Just had to impound this great, beautiful ship. Apparently he wasn't paying his fees to the harbour master. Something about piracy or some such, I don't know.
Give me with a deception
Oh,
check,
no.
Stephanie.
We've been impounded.
Son of a bitch.
You had such a good start.
He used it all up.
Yeah. Well, I just that one reverse. So that is 6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Dear God. Slice off actually got that.
13. Why you betrayed me?
Just
dice.
before I proceed, you need to know that I just rolled a nat 20 insight.
Oh my god!
Well, Peace, nice knowing you.
We just never see him again.
He's gonna get
That got my
brained.
L's
That
first.
sure was a pity about that horse guy whenever I saw him.
Now, where is that boy with our tattoos?
I hear there's a really strange centaur shaped lump in the middle of the city you're running at. Underneath the cobblestone.
It's like really
big-
it's just a
he
big
A really big arse.
He immediately pulls his sword out. Was like, I've been around the docks and the harbours enough to know that there is no centaurs out there. They're slippery on their feet and they fall in the water. Now, what do you want with me?
Buce is gonna pull his rapier.
Stephanie!
I will not take this insult. Centaurs are fantastic swimmers.
This racism.
Disrespect.
Actually, sorry, he's not pulling his rapier, he's pulling his javelin.
Pulling his javelin. You pull your javelin out.
Oh, the light. Oh, good.
You pull your javelin out. The obviously the crew that's sitting around this table all rise and start throwing weapons, and just as the room kind of gets quiet, you hear from the back, "Hey! If you're gonna do anything like that, you take it outside." You see Julius with his one arm.
Sexy Frickson is even here to help you.
None of us even know where you
No.
are.
They're like everyone's busy getting hot and sweaty with pie throwing. You're
And
just in a bar
You
fight.
disappear so often that no one's gonna come look for you.
You see Julius just kind of standing, there are half orcs here that are kind of 6'6", 7 burly. Julius is 8 foot tall and leathery. This is a guy that if you hit it, you can feel he wouldn't feel a damn thing. And even with one arm, he stands just up on top of his bar and reaches behind him and pulls. There's a large hammer, a large kind of war hammer.
How high are the ceilings on top of the bar and he's 8 foot?
Oh yeah.
This is a nice
He's crouching a little bit, but it's still a very just a looming presence. And as soon as he talks, everyone shuts up, even the captain that you are engaged with. And he points the hammer, is "Do you take it outside?"
He's gonna look at Julius, gonna look at the captain's "You heard the man."
and he looks at you.
Is the crowd following, or is like the crowd moving outside to see this?
You. It's currently only you. As you kind of lead out, you notice that it is really only. You spot that it is really only him and his crew that follow it. A couple of hunters kind of want to follow the action, but not many. I think a lot of people know to stay out of Julius's business.
I was just out of curiosity, like, is this one really far away from us?
Oh
yeah. We're in the nice part of town. This is in the shithole.
Just making sure
the guards
so we're still
still
physically
outside?
aware.
They've long gone.
And as soon as you need them.
We're just gonna get a hoop in the mail.
Oh my god.
Oh, weird, huh? We're so sad.
It's supposed to be lucky.
Oh, so cool.
Oh, Nigel gets a new shoe.
And as you kind of head out, you see the 12 sailors kind of form kind of a ring in the street.
12 sailors!
Oh wow.
Sorry, half to 6.
Oh.
Ring of 6.
Do any of them really like butts?
Mmm.
Okay, so as I is this guy still coming out the door after they form the circle, or is he out there and then they form the circle?
You guys kind of as you all kind of lead out, they get like kind of in front of you, and just kind of rout you in the street.
How far away from him am I? Can Buce back up about 30 feet? 30 feet?
Oh, he's gonna kill these poor sailors.
I don't know.
I'm trying to charge this.
Not without passing by one of the other sailors that are outside. You've
What circumference of a circle have they made?
Can he do it? As in doing a circle.
Spiral.
No. As you kind of make it out, he looks at you. And as I've already mentioned, I'm quite familiar with the Lady Akoi here. And he kind of he kind of tosses a glance to the statue of the tiefling woman that some people are still looking at. I've seen many centaurs become installations of their own. Or maybe she'd keep you for a private collection.
Buce is gonna...
You don't want to know what she does with them.
Buce is gonna come a little closer, like, why do you think you see no centaurs as installations?
Maybe the lady likes horse meat.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I hadn't considered that.
Or maybe she ships them off to some friends.
Okay. Cool.
Stephanie, is there anything you want to do before
You die
Before you get blocked.
That's best case scenario. I don't think that's Any last words?
Boy, we should have got that smoke bomb.
You see, we hardly knew ye. Bonus action, disengage.
You're expecting to find those sheets.
You'd be surprised what he realizes he has.
Ah!
Don't you know who my father is?
Papa!
No, he's
Someone said
tired.
his tattoos.
He's
Do you
so
know who
sneaky.
gave me this?
I need to...
Name drop Gladius Astra.
Don't name drop me here.
It'll only end in tears.
Fairly telling that I agreed.
I think it's a good idea.
Gonna stomp your little dirty stage contagion who's over at me and try and get me to get it. It's
The
never
rest of us are
happening.
trying to stay alive.
Yeah, you're on your own. I said I'd do anything for you, not they as fuck.
You have it.
Yeah.
So I just need to look at
Limit is going into a dirty area.
They're getting fucking iced out by 6 sailors that are very scared mad.
There's
Now
7
back
of
in-
us.
And back in the tavern, yeah, I'll have a gold schlager if you have some. If you don't mind.
This hypothetical situation I've just come up with.
Oh fuck, I never
can't believe you.
Okay. Just if you can't figure out, because I'm going to give you like kind of one thing you can do before this really kicks off. I'm going to say we're going to cut to a break. So, as we rejoin Persephone and Stygian Rowan, surrounded by sailors and a large, surly half-orc with a cutlass raised. What is Persephone going to try to do first?
Buce is going to take out his shield, take out his javelin, and say, "Well, I guess you missed a golden opportunity."
As soon as it's kind of noticed that you are going to engage combat, he is going to roll initiative. We're going to roll initiative.
You fool!
You don't have to die.
There's no way of sneaking this. They see that you have pulled a shield and javelin.
Well, in fairness, he had already pulled the sword.
Yeah,
I was giving you an out of combat. Roll initiative.
Okay, fine, fuck it.
Well, if he said what he's actually going to try to do.
And
Try to keyword here.
Which is...
This would be the most anticlimactic death.
This is really upset. I feel like Buce hasn't quite reached his full potential.
Yeah, he might say, here's how he can still win.
December
11.
11.
You hear voices in his head telling him what to do.
Oh yeah, the friendship group, was it go like where tattoo
So,
right up or something?
While
Yeah, lead us to him.
Fucking death marks.
So,
Oh, it's not a
so Buce is fighting all of these guys, not just the bandit captain, no?
I assume so.
oh yeah, these
this was
guys
an
have surrounded.
honourable duel.
You're in the decision role.
You might have to open the player link yourself.
Yeah, where's... Oh, there it is. Keep forgetting. Window. Ha!
This will be your first player character then. That's crazy.
Oh boy.
Almost.
But not quite.
Oh boo! You're in. Oh no.
And they're all so healthy. Not a single one of them.
Strapping.
Sick or empty.
Well, no, they've been in the tavern all day, so I would ask what surely if they've been drinking, there's constitution issues there.
You know they're watering down beer. Here, you know.
Have they not read the Constitution Code?
I'm trying to help. Jeez.
So,
Stop speaking.
pretty immediately, as soon as you pull your javelin and your shield, the captain is going to.
Oh, I should have taken a picture.
He takes his he takes out, so he has a cutlass and he also has a knife in one hand. He's gonna lunge at you with both.
Send a picture to Co.
Yeah, that's fine. You take a picture. This
but
is on the way.
He overextends and actually misses pretty widely with both. He overextends and misses pretty widely with both, but two of the bandits are going to try and shoot you with crossbows. So, 21 and a 15 to hit.
My AC is 15. Is it?
Both are hits.
With the shield?
Oh, shit, I didn't have the shield.
Well,
shield plus
you said
two.
you pulled it out, so...
Yeah, no, you haven't equipped, so that's plus
Yeah, that's
2.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Plus 2, so...
So it's 17. Okay, so
21 hit.
So as they take it out, one, you manage to lift the shield just in the way and tink off of it, but one hits you lower in the larger horse body. 6 damage.
Anybody have a pencil?
2 more are going to run at you with cutlasses for 14 and 7 both miss. They run at you pretty widely, and one of them you kind of bring the shield up, tink off, and dodge nimbly out of the way of the other one. Persephone.
You better have a fucking bomb in your arsenal.
What? Of course. 6 damage. By the way, Persephone, what's your max hit points?
Max is 31.
I think probably plus
31.
No, I never changed
Yeah,
that
we
again.
had a
Sorry,
long rest.
34, yeah.
It is 34. Okay, just wanted to make sure I have it right.
I never...
Stephanie, that is your turn.
Kelly has more good points than Buce. Less points than Kelly. Sorry.
I'm such a tank compared to you.
She had to be given magical items, didn't he?
So...
Accepting one. I'd like it noted for the recording that all of us are looking very tense right now.
He's gonna fucking die.
Okay, Buce is gonna hook the lightning javelin at the captain.
Okay. Okay.
Would you like me to read out all the lightning javelin stuff?
Yeah.
So, magic weapon, blah blah blah. When you heard it and speak its command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 4d6 lightning damage on a fail save and half as much damage on a successful. Lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches the target, makes a ranged attack against target on a hit. The target takes damage from the javelin plus 4d6 lightning damage.
Okay. So, because, as I said, like there's already been some scuffle and some moving. For the line, like I said, they kind of circled you. Roll me a d4 to see how many of these rubes are in the line between you and the captain.
D4. Dun, dun, dun. One.
Fucking hell!
Oh my god.
There's only one pirate in between you and the captain.
That's fine.
No, Captain, I'll take it for you.
So,
And then Maury was on this.
roll. So,
Oh my god!
okay, so it's a roll. So you roll to attack the captain.
Mm-hmm. What's the javelin? Fuck, what is the javelin?
Big pointy stick.
Javelin, it'd be a dex based, so it's proficiency plus dex.
So my proficiency is
Plus 3.
simple weapons a plus 3, so 3 plus 4 on 17. No, 17, 7.
So 7 plus 7. 14. So as you light this streaking javelin, so the guy in front has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Each creature in the line excluding you take DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
DC 13?
Yeah.
You see both of these sailors make a nimble dodge. The sailor in the middle managed to just kind of graze by, but takes half damage on the failed save, or on a successful.
Yeah.
So roll that lightning damage for the sailor.
So
Roll.
2d6.
No, roll 4 and then they have it.
And then of course he has thrown the javelin, so...
Oh no, they can use the javelin?
I don't know.
Well, he just doesn't have it now.
So half 11.
Rounding up is 6. 6.
No, 7.
Yeah,
No, 15. I believe it's 100.
So bandit number 2, as you unleash this bolt of lightning that streaks across the road of the row, you see the bandit in the way just kind of nimbly jumps out of the way, but suddenly it's just seared across the chest by a flash of lightning. But the bandit captain just manages to jump out of the way as the javelin streaks past him. Did he take any damage, or was that just was that all damage on a hit?
Oh, the captain takes like damage as well.
Yeah, it's over
Yeah.
the line.
It just say take the
Yeah, each
attack
creature
as
in the
well.
line. So include the target.
It says specifically at the end of it that they take the attack and the lightning damage.
Make your I hit the target takes damage from the javelin plus the 46 lightning damage.
Plus 46. Okay, so he misses. So you miss him with the javelin attack, but again, that arcing lightning just flashes out and scalds him across the chest as well.
You've almost got one guy.
It's got a little bit of a...
Persephone, any bonus actions?
Sneak away? Hide?
There's no way. He's
Disengage.
surrounded.
Really?
As a
Maybe?
bonus action.
Oh, maybe.
Dodge will work for one of the attacks.
There's a quiet dignity in just bailing.
There's quite dignity in game.
Living.
He's throwing the javelin. He ain't leaving that behind.
It's true. We do want that back.
He's a
You can get one of the
I'd rather a
benefits.
rogue back.
You can get one that
Fall
people-
on your knees and
You're
beg
getting a
me
magical
for-
with lightning at the fucking elements.
How does this the regular javelin that just happened?
You're just in the lightning.
No, I know, but I thought it was just him being able to do that.
You think Persephone is a lightning god?
Well,
There's weirder things.
Worst angles. Name drop your dad.
Oh.
Name
Start
drop
name
your
dropping.
dad.
Yeah.
Go full Karen. Do you know who I am?
My father will hear about this.
Oh, that's Draco.
Yeah.
Now we're clean away.
The inventor of the game.
The winner of all the
Toaster
games.
strudel.
Listen, we love that javelin. Would rather Buce come back.
Right, thank you.
Is there anybody else surrounding us in this fight? Like, just anybody watching?
There's some definitely like innocent bystanders, but like they are now keeping a fair distance after you shucked a lightning bolt.
Anybody want to help out the best member of Gladius Astra?
There we go.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Ah!
Yeah, you're in a dodgy area.
Well, what about charisma? Because, like, does
No.
it not have to be...
Persuasion is in charisma.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 2 12s.
12. Persuasion, you say, yes?
Yeah.
So, that is... what? That is a 19.
Ooh.
Nobody immediately jumps.
Immediately, you say.
Nobody immediately jumps to intervene.
Fix on yourself.
Wait, is there any change in the faces of these bandits?
You definitely see like confusion. Like you see that they definitely know the name Gladius Astra, and they're
They're
just
when
kinda
you
like-
hear the best, when obviously it's a
Everyone knows
Thank
the
you.
best members.
Everyone knows the best member
Is
is Otta.
so as you finish your turn,
That's clearly still.
there is
Shit,
another
that's so
one is going to run up with another one's going to run up with their cutlass, and another one's going to try and shoot you with a crossbow. The crossbow is a nat 20, and the cutlass is a dirty grey.
Oh,
Buce is hanging over my bed.
This is fucking dead.
Light a candle.
Which part this is all his own fault?
I know.
It's not even sad.
oh.
It's gonna be sad when
The
die.
crossbow gets right in under the chest and does 14 damage.
No!
And the scimitar,
Another name.
At code to make sure they
the scimitar just grazes you for 2 more.
Wait, you.
So,
Oh my god.
I was gonna be so upset if we kill off Persephone when they're not here.
we
didn't
didn't
do
kill
it.
off Buce.
I was being nice to
so-
Dave. He's very stressed right now.
Dave, as we roll back to the round, give me just a flat d20 roll. You are looking for 15 or above.
what was the damage from the...
16 in total for the 2 attacks. So you're down to 12. That's ready!
Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh fuck!
You're about to die.
Oh my god! This is a Beardsley move if I've ever seen it.
Please let there be like whistles of guards. Like,
Is this your dad?
Ruckus!
It's definitely your dad.
You
Who's that in the shadows? The Vanilla Dandy!
Save the day!
after
It's just Tarkon with like a little mask.
after you name dropped Gladius, after you saw a lot of confusion, you saw the crowd kind of like getting to spot. You said the crowd kind of getting to spot some things. After this crossbow just hits you square in the gut, you see a handful of the bystanders turn around and is like, "Hey, he's the one that saved us from the storm! Get the fuck off him!" And you see a handful of bystanders leap on 3 of the pirates.
My boys!
Finally, back up, civilians.
Grapple them on the 3 crossbow wielding ones.
So didn't go through it.
Kind of grappling them, pretty much just like having them pretty much be out of the encounter now, kind of dealing with their own stuff. You
started to brawl.
Nice.
Brawl 70.
Put that in titles, yeah.
Oh. That would put mine to shame. No, I'm not
check something.
Maybe if you get knocked out, they won't kill you. They'll just,
Kick me rather or something.
Yeah.
but never of your dignity.
So Dave, you're pretty rough. You expected this to go way better, and your body and your pride is pretty damaged.
Hey, Buseppe's pride is intact. He's defending all centaurs everywhere.
Oh, this is about standing up to racism.
However, quite among the kind of the shouting and the rabble, you spot these bystanders leap on the back of these pirates, and then very surprisingly, you suddenly feel some of your wounds kind of close over. Regain 6 hit points.
Woo! What the fuck?
Healer among us.
And
Luckiest motherfucker that ever lived.
Yeah, right?
Pretty sure I started on 15.
Oh, of course. Duh.
And suddenly you see the bandit captain. You see the bandit captain suddenly keels over and is just grabbing his head, looking like he is in complete and utter just agony.
Oh, shit.
So takes kind of holds his head and immediately just kind of runs just in agony, just runs away. Just starts just screaming. It's like, "No! No, get out of my head! No!" You see the other,
we're big, but we're not that big.
you see the other 3 pirates what the fuck is going on? You suddenly see a woman in a cloak kind of come out of the crowd. Now, I think if it would do all of you the best to please leave the hero of the city alone. And you see them just kind of, oh shit, drop their weapons, just scarper.
Oh shit, it's their mom.
It's big Garfunkel.
And
He's just going to retrieve the javelin.
you walk over to pick up. Yeah, no, the javelin's kind of the javelin kind of lanced itself on the ground, so you go and pick it up. And this woman, she pulls down her hood, and you see she's an elf. And she looks at you and is like, I feel like Valis mentioned specifically that this wasn't carte blanche to start raising havoc in the Stygian Row.
Well, what can I say? Things got out of hand, and one thing...
Oh, evidently!
If it's any consolation, I genuinely thought I could do it. Oh, I'm so badly wounded.
I can see that.
I've nothing on it.
Let's. I think you should go back to the palace and tend to those wounds. Maybe regroup with the rest of your merry band and have another crack at this together.
Oh, nonsense. My friend Frickson will set me up with somewhere to sleep. Sleep it off.
Oh, the redhead satyr. He grabbed almost immediately as soon as there was a fight.
Oh, that sounds like Frickson. Crazy guy.
And are you not going to ask the person that saved you their name?
I am very badly wounded.
Not as badly as you could have been.
Yes.
Some letters.
Okay, what's your name?
Maya.
Oh, yeah. You gotta belong with the five themselves. Ah!
You go back to the palace. I'll talk Julius over a bit. I'll talk Julius over and calm this situation down. But I'm sure that this is going to raise some eyebrows in the road for a while.
This happens every day in the room.
Not with heroes who saved the city, who are wanted by maybe some influential powers down here.
Yeah, just the people who get turned to stone, whatever. This is gonna limp off. We ain't going back to the palace.
Oh my
God!
Limps off into the next alley to get shanked by different
Different pirates.
If any of us knew what was going on, we'd kick your ass right now.
He doesn't even know about the games yet.
Yeah, we need
He's gonna die before the game's
We're on a whole different level here.
You limp off down a couple of different alleyways. You limp off down an alleyway. Evidently, like you make it look like you're heading to the palace when Maya left you. And, like definitely, like as soon as she said that, and as soon as the captain grabbed his head and ran, the crowd dispersed a bit. So you kind of stutter off down kind of another alleyway towards wherever you're going. As you're walking down, you hear footsteps behind you.
He's gonna get shit.
Can you roll a stealth check?
You're.
Roll a stealth check.
Taking me out.
Roll a stealth check.
I always choose the ladder.
Disadvantage.
Okay.
11.
11. You hear kind of footsteps trailing behind you. You duck into a smaller kind of alleyway, and as you glance behind, the figure who is definitely trying to be stealthy follows you in and eventually catches up to you. Suddenly you find yourself pinned in a dead end as this hooded figure just has a knife to your chest. So how about you ask me what you're asking about the Lady of Stone for?
You didn't ask anything about her.
Lady of coin.
Lady of Coin. You asked. You were asking about her to the table. And you were asking.
Yeah,
and you were
you
asking
were.
questions.
You were like,
You're like, did you see the
You're like, oh, she do the civic arts?
No, he asked Fricks on that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The
You
table.
didn't talk to him in private.
You were. You still asked about it in the bar. This is a smaller figure. This is now. You notice this is not at all one of the sailors. This is a small human man.
These there's many humans. Tarkon. The other one.
Roll me a history check.
Sneaky. God damn. History. That's a 4. He doesn't know many humans.
I'm doing.
You don't recognize him. You don't recognize him. You know, the lady don't like people snoping around in her business. See?
Do you want the truth? Does he want the truth?
I can do with the truth.
I was looking to break into a place.
And what place would that be?
The Iron Master. His quarters.
Quartermaster's office isn't a regular hit. I'll give you that. The lady still's trying to get stranglehold of this city as a whole. And he goes to try and stab you. We're gonna roll me initiative roll.
Oh,
You're gonna risk it all to look at the boat logs.
I hope Nafel appreciates that.
This cuts back to Nafel.
Yeah, running around.
Just like,
Oh, you're so funny.
just like.
I kiss the
rolling
forehead
around
for you,
the
kiss the forehead for you.
Kelly, these grapes are excellent. You know, there's a vineyard a couple
That's a
miles
solid
away.
10.
Oh, we should go visit it.
I would love to. Would you want to do a tasting?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe while they're training, we can go do a tasting.
Who wants Bloody Marys though? In the meantime,
You got a
20
14.
calories a moment.
Oh, God.
Well, I'll take one.
You look great.
Listen, if I'm going to be naked for this fight, I need to be sure I look okay.
You look okay regardless.
You don't know that.
Someone's there
Oh,
playing
I know.
a violin in the background.
So, Kira, are you looking up back there? Yeah, cool.
Use does have defensive duelist, by the way, and a rapier.
What's defensive duelist?
And when you're wielding a finesse weapon with which you are proficient and another creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your AC for that attack.
Oh, shit.
That attack. Okay. He is going to try and stab you twice. Dick. Twice on this. So one of them is a 21 and a 16.
Oh man, well, one of them fucking hits me, I guess.
He died in the pursuit of paperwork.
But we still has the shield, so wait, it's
Oh, we never even went to get his javelin.
Yeah,
No, he picked it.
Oh, okay.
and my proficiency bonus to my AC. My proficiency bonus is
3.
17. Wow, fuck 20, fuck you.
You take 5 points of slashing damage as he gets up on you.
Not change my thing on that.
Down to 7.
I'm not. No, don't forget about that.
5 points on an 18.
You're
you-
sorry, I was looking at that.
No. You're on 18. You're down to 13. I'm actually going to close this.
Yeah, that's confusing me. Put up the picture of the map again. I don't want to see that ugly. Oh, that's nice. Yes.
Yeah.
And here's what the
So you are up against
Two
the wall, being stabbed by this guy.
Could you do me a favour, because I've not got this written down, because I usually have it on my laptop. Could you look up the clever as the god's feet?
Yeah,
in
sure.
that player.
Oh, actually, that's
There's a copy line around
Oh, yes.
somewhere.
there. Yeah, there should be.
It's like under the maps.
What clever
The feet are in the
ass
back.
Yes. Yeah, I looked it up. I just kept finding Shoni. Fucking Odysseus. Stupid punk.
You won't be able to just Google that. It'll be...
Yeah. Figure that
Apparently there's a new feet home record. Oh, that sounds good. I'll tell you.
Sounds like the fell.
No, he loves love and would never break up a happy relationship.
But an unhappy one, like between...
Then that's just public service.
That's not homework.
Good
That's
Samaritan.
not homework.
Okay, can Buce make his take his bonus action before he makes his attack? Okay. So, being as clever as the gods, clearly. Buce is after one of the stabs is gonna look past the this generic fucking dickhead and say, "Oh, thank God, Takin, you've come to save me."
So what does this guy have to do?
So, choose one creature that you can see, make a charisma deception roll contested by the creature's wisdom insight. If you win the contest, you and your allies have advantage on attacks against that creature until the beginning of your next turn. This feature cannot be used on the same creature more than once per combat.
Okay. So roll your deception roll. I will say... roll your deception roll.
David!
Buce's big day out.
Buce's last day out.
Oh,
You see him say, it's like, "Oh, sweet of you to think that the dragon laws will come down here."
If he lives through this, we're putting a
And he
leash
got,
on him.
he got a 22 insight.
Just
Okay, Buce is gonna attack him.
You're not gonna disengage, buddy.
Fine, he'll disengage.
So
Do what you think Buce will do. Do what you think Buce will do.
Buce will hide. You can't hide.
That fucking flee. That's
He's
the
gonna
next best
disengage.
Yeah.
Don't die in this fucking alley. Jesus Christ. How unsatisfying.
Do you really want to start?
He fucking stumbles back
Dave,
in his bloody mess.
You want to
And
stab
we're all
him,
just-
I'll
I know, it's my inner
He's
villain
not-
wants to stab him.
He's gonna walk down another alley the minute he gets out of this one. He's not gonna come back to the
Do
palace.
you know how many alleys in the city row? So fucking
Yeah,
many!
it's all alley.
These people with shank is like shivs to her even more.
So you disengage.
Yeah.
So do you want to? So if you want, because you get to disengage the bone, or you use your bonus action.
So he has to disengage with full
See,
action.
Yeah, you have to use your full action to disengage.
That gives him
What's your speed?
walking speed?
Yeah.
40 feet.
40 feet.
Do a wee run.
So this guy only has a speed of 30. So as you kind of
I call him Stumpy
bust
Legs.
past him, and you start running. Make an athletics check for me. We are going to kind of chase.
Oh. Is that another not one?
That was 4.
It was a 2 plus a 2.
Oh my god! Mr. I had 5 nat 20s earlier.
Swear to God.
You love the slide, well bastard.
You run for you break past him. You bolt. He gives chase. However, your wounds are really starting to suck. That stab really got you, and with a 6 athletics, he catches up to you and goes to land 2 more knife attacks.
Got stitches with fucking rogues.
Well, at least next time you can use your full action to like do a dash.
Right, like bonus action disengage, full action dash, then your movement.
So that's 14 and 23 to hit, so one of them does.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Please.
And that's 7 damage.
That's
still breathing. But if you can run next.
7 out.
You're down to 6.
So we can be stopped in a different alleyway by a different thought.
Maybe he won't make the same mistake 3 times.
It's 100% less persephone.
Persephone, that is your turn.
He's still trying to buy oxen off people.
That's a great plan. I don't want to hear about that right now.
Oh yeah, Buce is getting the fuck out of there. He's doing...
Full action.
Disengage, bonus action.
Disengage and dash.
Yeah.
With
50 feet of movement.
I'll be honest, I was not prepping for combat this game.
We did it! We did all those things! We did all those things!
Oh, you've done his coffin!
with 80 feet.
You had so many outs, my guy!
with 80 feet.
Doesn't mean I wasn't gonna do it.
With 80 feet, you break past, you bolt, but he is going to keep chasing. Roll me in an athletic check with advantage because you're using disengage and dash.
Woman who voted for leopards eating face party didn't think the leopards would eat my face.
Oh, you know, for my athletics, I forgot to add the strength onto it last time.
You so shit.
I'm sure that wouldn't matter. It was a 2.
So shit.
What is it now? Oh God.
That is 21.
21. You break. You are in a mad dash. You in a flop sweat.
He's not
you
paused
just
yet, Louise.
You know,
You
he's
just-
definitely normally really pale. He's super fucking
you
pale.
just gallop. You gallop through the streets of the city in a row. Some people kind of looking past you. You are grabbing your wounds. You are hurt.
I'm pretty sure Buce is basically translucent by now.
Like you're pale, but by the best of times, like it's getting ghostly.
Oh,
You
6.
you gallop for what feels like an eternity until you reach the gates. Until you reach the gates that lead down into the row. As you look behind you,
As in,
you don't see it.
sure.
The man was following you.
The guy who is stabbing you.
Can Buce, instead of going to the palace,
Dave, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna
gonna
stab
go
kill
to
you.
the Temple of the Five?
Go to the Temple of the Five? Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna get healed without us knowing.
Oh god.
Because it's pride.
He's gonna stumble and,
Work.
like,
There's
Yeah,
also
it's
a
a-
hospital around you can go to.
You head up to the Temple of the Five.
They're
I
gonna
fucking hope you meet one of me and Juno's homies right there, and they tell us everything.
Someone in this city is
You'll
going
never
to
guess who we had to heal.
I love that you guys all just went for drinks and signed up to the Olympics, and Atalanta and Buce got into his weird ass
Oh
side
my
That
quest
we're never gonna
that
find
you're
out
never
about.
gonna know about.
You limp up, like as I said, you made it to the gates. You limp past the gates. You see the guards at the gates down to the Stygian road leading back up to the Temple District. Kind of share some kind of strange looks and some hushed whispers as you kind of limp past in a bloodied state.
I think because they're across the street, you can hear you can hear like the muffle of Callie making a really good one-liner, and then just all of a sudden the five like.
You're like he's heading up to the Temple of the Five, so you're on the other side of the city from him.
Oh yeah.
The Temple District is the other hill.
Just
Pardon me.
okay, but still, cut to scene of them just laughing.
Oh, Callie,
And then back to
Still,
like,
still wrestling half naked on
Yeah.
the ground.
and then like he's just limping.
Oh, you're so bad.
Stygian Rose changed, man.
Has it?
You stumble up. You stumble up the hill. A much more difficult climb than anything you were used to before, with the blood loss. Up through the Temple District, and eventually bring your way.
Buce is like whispering to himself, just keep clicking, just
Oh
keep
my
clicking, just
God.
keep clicking, just keep clicking.
Up to the courtyards, up to the gilded courtyard of the Temple of the Five.
Hot stuff.
Of course, recognizable to you as you were only here last night, breaking into it to find Jerry's stuff. But much different to this time, where last night there was an eerie, ominous, deathly silence amongst the place as it was completely evacuated to the storm. As the sun shines now bright on it, you see a number of acolytes outside sweeping the excess water away, and people around kind of cleaning and kind of like investigating, make sure all the windows and that are open. As you head inside, you see once again through the main doors, you see the familiar open hall with all of the statues you saw before of the five. But this time now with various priests, priestesses, acolytes, and people kind of wandering in. And immediately, as soon as you walk in, a young priest walks up to you. You can't even quite see from his robe which sect he's in. He's like, "Oh my lord, what? Oh my lord, you're injured. Come, we must heal you."
Oh, they stabbed me so many times. Oh, dog, I've got so much target.
Oh yes, you're quite badly injured. Come lay down. We'll bring you to a nice bed. We'll get you sorted.
The fact that you didn't just say my arse is such a big target makes me sad.
I had to pause and not say it.
He's in a church.
And you immediately regain, as you're kind of put down in kind of a bed for quite a bit, you immediately regain 13 hit points.
Oh.
A priest kind of casts a hands kind of a cure wounds on you.
I'll never learn his lesson this way.
I don't think so.
Well, none of us can teach him.
Yeah, we just gotta look at him at all times. He's like a baby. We
We don't know what
That's
happened.
the worst thing. We can just do nothing because we don't know.
Yeah,
And he never tells us when he's going anywhere or
He
how long he's
carry
going to
a
be gone.
constant source of light, so there are no shadows for him to hide.
For all of you listening at home, which is mostly just us, but if you're going somewhere, tell people where you're going and how long you expect to be.
Don't get into don't put a sword.
I have to say, during
something
the
you can stab once,
during the
don't
break,
like to get
Dave had the
stabbed
audacity to
twice.
ask, "How's Buce gonna get out of this one?" and did everything to not get out of it.
In my mind, the pulling of the shield and the javelin was just posturing. I was mistaken.
You took out weapons at a knife fight?
Just posture.
Yeah.
You brought a knife to a knife?
The young priest looks to you
Kids,
after.
don't pull a javelin, okay? If you're not going to use it.
The young priest, after healing you, looks down and is like, You're Master Persephone of the heroes of legend, correct? What's wrong? Is the villains attacking? Where's the rest of the heroes? Are they injured?
No, I think they're last I saw having a good time.
Well, who?
Last I heard from across the city, a good time.
An oil fight? Oh, you're too bad.
Quick, try to get the oil there, wrestling again.
I don't think have it. Here you go.
No, I
Who
didn't
attacked
throw
you?
oil at you.
Oh, you made me throw my Bloody Mary! Oh, you
Ah,
know,
no.
you know, pirates, people working for Lady of Coin, or whatever the hell she calls herself these days.
Oh, she's very nasty. If you're being attacked by the bandits of the Lady of the Coin, it's very unfortunate. She's become much more active. I hear Taran Nordragon is offering a reward for anyone that would take her in.
Who is that?
He's the young Nordragon, descended from one of the old Dragon Lords.
Yeah, you certainly lost a lot of blood.
He lives out in one of the estates out by the Agora.
So why does he have beef with them again?
Okay, Master, I think you need to rest. Let's just.
And where is the boat log again?
Let's just. Master, I think it's best I leave you. I need
Sacrifice my sister!
You see this priest just kind of as you're kind of flailing. He's like, Mistress High Priest, I think we need help. And you're just kind of left in this room in the temple.
You better hope you don't tell your dad.
No. They're going to tell his
You're going
dad.
to tell on
He
you.
probably stumbled into the sector.
Don't
of
mind
life.
You ever see her knock on the door? Are you guys ready? No, come in. What happened? And then.
It's 4 p.m. Do you know where your son is?
Do you know where your half-horse asking your son is?
Do you know where you're set?
So, as you are left resting in the temple, this obviously happened pretty quickly in the moment, but even just traveling from kind of like you running and then traveling from the row up to the temple, and then you resting, it's kind of take a lot of time. By evening, obviously Callie and Jerry have been in the fucking taverna all day getting riggedy wrecked.
I think we ended up back at the palace at some point to watch them wrestle.
Yeah,
Oh, you went back to the house?
no, like we went with them. I didn't get involved in any of the labor that was going on.
We're watching, we're spectating.
This is sipping and bad form.
Mind your stance.
Perfect 10, it's all good.
You are so like it's coming up like pretty late in the eve. Like it's getting pretty late. It's getting
What
up to
time
the
is it?
it's getting close to that 8 p.m. start. As you're all kind of like, you know, Tythor has like you're 4 to 5 on, like between the two of you, you're like 4 to 5 on Pythor for like wrestling. Like God. You see, like he's lost in one so many. He's super fucking jazzed.
Same vibes over here.
Yeah.
Just
Like you've spent so long just wrestling each other. You're kind of cramping.
I think ever so often the fella does try and tickle instead, and then no, that's not what this is. Oh no, I'm sorry.
I like the feel for this round.
They seem to be trading off. This seems to feel right.
Like there's a really kind of like there's a strong vibe just as the sun begins to go down. But before anything else, Juno, as you're kind of watching the fella base start his next round with Pythor, you look over to the entranceway to this courtyard from the main hall of the palace, and you see a very familiar face to you start kind of walking briskly on through. You see your old mentor in the Temple of the Five. You see the old High Priestess Maya. Oh fuck, it's the Valus Priest. Hide the booze.
I push all my books over the head.
Can I take to the hole?
Shit, anyway.
I'm literally holding a Bloody Mary and I'm greased off.
I take out a book.
There's one
It's like upside down.
My prayer book is upside down. Yeah.
You no, she kind of like you see like that she's kind of like she seems to be kind of rushing, just kind of in her like intended to kind of go somewhere, but she sees like heroes, Juno, a pleasure, of course, it's what a surprise.
Oh my god, it's always a pleasure to see you. Maya, come join us. I'll get the grease.
I mean, I came here to see Her Majesty the Queen, but finding you is tremendous as well. I believe all of you need to come to the temple swiftly. Persephone's been injured.
You fucking.
What?
You know what they do to you in the row? You're done.
Yeah, Atalanta is gonna like drop whatever and just like literally like start heading towards the temple.
I think everyone's
Yeah,
saying
but
just kind of like,
I kind of like ski there with my
Suddenly,
Yeah,
sobered up, and we're like, when and how?
Wasn't he with us in the taverna?
I thought for sure he was with us.
Yeah.
is Pythor coming too? For his son?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Kira, aren't you coming to?
Yeah.
The fell right
Yeah,
on
Pythor and Kira kind of come in tow. And very swiftly, as you all enter the Temple of the Five, some for the first time and some for the uncounted, you all walk in, they're led through to it, as it happens then, to Kira's, one of the Kira sect rooms. Just kind of one of the not like the residential quarters, but there's guest rooms for you know, pretty much kind of just this event, bringing in kind of sick and injured. As you're all rushed into a small room to find Persephone, looking a little bit better, but still certainly injured.
What the fuck?
When did you leave?
I like kneel down and lay on
He must
hands
have been-
immediately. How many HP are you missing?
Lots.
Is it less than
So
25?
you went from 16. You went from 6 up 13, so you're up to 19.
I'll give you the rest.
What
My friend,
happened?
what happened to
Was
you?
he attacked? Was he kidnapped? What,
There was
he was with
It's a
us.
taverna. Like, where the fuck was he?
Yeah, it was the fucking security that has gone to shit.
This
Let
was
anybody in.
this was down in the Stygian row.
Why the fuck was
What
he
the fuck
there?
are you doing in this kitchen room?
Apparently getting stabbed many times.
As I told you, nothing but-
Apparently, would you? Who did this to you?
Persephone, surely if you're going to let someone stab you, it should be one of us.
I know
This
how
is what
it
I
would
mean,
see the road
Atlanta.
of the Atlanta.
Well, I suppose I'm not devastated that you're alive, so.
Up just about.
That's the nicest you've ever been to him.
What?
This must be pretty bad.
What happened?
Oh, I mentioned the wrong things. I forgot how sensitive the road can be.
Don't get that. You have so much blood on you. This is so sad.
Yeah, don't go down there and mention the Lady of Coin.
Ah.
I don't.
How much do I know?
Can we do a history test?
Yeah,
on
can I do a
Coin?
history check?
Yes, you can all do history checks. Callie has to do it with advantage.
Yeah, I'll get him on action.
Oh, -2, I forgot, yeah.
That's really good.
History.
Let's see.
13.
I'm pretty good. at history.
11.
Can I start giving Buce a plot?
13.
Oh, which is
Is top end or is bottom?
I assumed he was like lying down anyway.
So
Well,
it
like-
could be anything.
As in, like, his tail or his...
I assume like, anyway, he's got pretty long hair.
That's a
How
5.
do you think horses lie there? How do you think horses lie there?
Yeah, do you want to know? Is he down on his four legs like this, like a horse, or is he like
I never
this,
thought
like
of
a...
He's kind of like,
Draw me like one of your French
so
girls.
he's...
Yeah, like that.
His human half is kind of up at the very top, but like kind of smushed in the corner, so his whole horse legs are just like...
Starfish.
So it's 12 on. Which one of you was 13?
13.
13? The two of you have definitely heard the name before. You heard that she had become a rising prominent figure in the criminal underground of Mytros. You heard just kind of like this over, just kind of through hearsay, just from the sailors.
Trying to take our cargo. 10 years
Even
ago,
like
I guess.
Elvis, like in your kind of catch up, Elvis kind of keeping you kind of in touch about like what's been happening. And she mentioned this, and also that she's been, that there's been a mysterious link with her rise to the sudden statues being found around the around town. And I mean, you, Callie, obviously kind of like start to make that link pretty obviously.
What did you want with the lady?
She's into snakes.
I
love snakes.
I asked about somebody who was turned to stone. I was just asking questions of some old friends in
Who
a
was turned
crowded
to stone?
tavern. Very silly stuff.
Who was turned to stone?
Oh, tiefling. She stole.
Yeah,
She
She stole some stuff from guy's name who I can't remember.
Norddragon?
Taran Norddragon.
Taran Norddragon?
Taran Norddragon.
Yeah, how do you spell it?
T-A-R-A-N.
T-A-R.
Like an IKEA cabinet.
Norddragon.
N-E.
Like he's
It's
from
a
Nord.
sloppy.
From a
N-E.
Norddragon.
Dragon. Norddragon.
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 Side note, you know,
Norddragon.
you
He's
know, knife holder.
Norddragon.
Persephone.
how they say, big weep for dragons.
Have I heard of him?
You'd get
Oh, yeah.
like it's
Well, certainly, like, pretty
That's
common.
true, that's true.
Pretty common history. Like, you definitely know the name. Like, as in, he is descended from one of the original Dragon Lords that were that were the leader of the First War. I can't remember the name exactly. I'll double check it now in a sec. But one of a Dragon fought alongside Esther and Telemach, Archelander, and Zenderwarth.
Turning people to stone. That is serious. You're right, Lisa. We should get involved.
But not by ourselves, perhaps.
Well, that only got me stabbed twice.
Adonis Norddragon was the original.
Twice.
How many?
No, you know if someone's bothering you, you should come for us. Why would you bother by yourself? No, you're so...
Well, heat of the moment,
You're so silly
somebody
sometimes.
said centaurs were sleepy and couldn't be around ducks. I took offense to this. I've never slept once, not a once.
Even I slipped on the ducks. They're wet.
Was that perhaps the wisest move?
Absolutely not.
Well, I thought it would be an honourable duel between two combatants, but no, it turns out there were 6 friends who was big buddy, big pirate buddy, big pirate captain buddy, apparently.
I started a fight with
7
How
men.
cruel.
Now, please
Not advisable.
don't take offense to this. How did you survive?
Oh, somebody from the tent.
I
Hey! Maya!
I intervened. Her Majesty Palace had tasked me to, head down to the road to meet you there to offer my support.
Lo and behold, she comes across poor Persephone being stabbed to death.
And I intervened and broke up the fight.
You have our gratitude.
Big time.
Big,
Very much
huge.
so.
We were meant to not attract attention to ourselves, Persephone.
It's the city of law. It happens every day.
Oh, Stephanie, we're entering the games.
Games! I love games! Oh, let me see, let me see. Oh, I like this one, I like this one. Oh, I like this one too.
Oh, we're ready. I'll do it. But what's the...
Perhaps you can volunteer as target for archery practice.
You're used to that by now.
we mentioned drawing attention to ourselves. Oh, never mind.
I feel hale and hearty again thanks to best amigo Huskar have.
Stop it too much. I'm going to put a little flour in here.
Alright.
You can eat it later if you want. Very good.
Silly bush. Yeah, Buce is going to sign up to everything.
Yes! Welcome to the crew!
Pincushion Buce doing all the events.
Now we'll have a good sleep tonight after the party!
Street brawls, baby, not my game, but you should see me at the grapple.
Pythor, who's looking, aside from looking tired, in general from performing the miracle earlier this morning, also pretty sweaty and glistening from, wrestling.
There's 3 shirtless greasy
Nefel
guys.
and Juno all fucking day.
I'll be out my wrestle do that.
Pythor kind of looks down at you.
Just in a fun way.
Put his face in
My son, I know that you think that you might be able to take hordes of people because of the blood that runs in your veins, but you have to know that running away is also a valid option.
Not when they insult centaurs.
I think he did run away though. So
Eventually I did. Ooh, boy, did I fucking run.
You should have seen me, father.
Perhaps
It
you
was
can take
fast.
a sprint.
There was blood just pumping out of me.
He puts a hand on his shoulder. Like, I'm just glad to see that you're okay.
Thanks, Papa.
And if anybody starts picking on you again, you just have to send for me. I will come running.
Me. Oh, I should have sent.
Yeah,
I should have sent the raven. Just with the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
I know, there's been a bird in a cage just with you the entire time. It's like,
Just eating seeds, cackling.
Just watching him get stabbed multiple times.
He's just looking up thinking, oh, when you die, I'm going to eat your corpse.
Vulture.
Besides, did you not think to use the hammer?
Juno, in all the excitement, I completely forgot that Vulcan does not need that anymore.
why did you ever take that off?
Yeah,
Wow, Nefel made it.
Nefel.
Wow.
But good intent.
I don't know about you, Nefel, but I found life was not so fun and exciting with that thing on. Less surprises.
The painful being
More boring.
Yes.
Maybe we should sell it then.
Less
If you're not
adventures.
using it, then someone else could.
What?
You have a Flavion.
Yeah, it's right there.
El dog in manger.
Flavin's headband on. An intelligence headband on.
Just lying in bed, just regretting your decision. She's like, I'm smarter than this.
Okay, that's it, Buce. You don't take this off again, okay?
Well,
listen, Rain, I don't like you and you don't like me.
I like you. Alright.
That's unfortunate.
I think you might be got to know me.
Yeah, he's just gonna pack up his stuff and get ready to...
Can I insight check that little priest that brought home Wayne?
Yeah.
Or do I or history or something? Saying like, do I know this kid?
Yeah, I knew the history.
Can I insight check Juno to see what their relationship is with Maya?
I mean, go ahead, but I'm going to actually leave that entirely up to Juno.
Remember, you have advantage.
Sure. And you have
18 for me.
She
I like to be in a separate tray.
She rolls really high.
23.
Oh,
You can
everything.
you can DM me.
You can roll a contested roll to see if you can hide anything if you want to.
I don't think I want to hide it.
No, well then
Then
don't
just tell her your truth.
Like, how close are they? How long have they known each other?
She doesn't magically learn anything. It's just what she's seen.
Yeah.
your face.
She's my mentor. We got along very well. I've known her for...
Okay, she wouldn't get that from reading your face.
Oh, it's very
Yeah,
apparent.
like
It's written on there.
Literally,
Yeah.
Like you
Would
would
you
be
see
very
like
close.
reverence and
23.
respect, like you
Yeah.
would mentor,
Respect.
Okay.
and you can infer
I
that
do
from.
respect for her, yeah.
And like any tension? No, as in they haven't seen each other in a while, so there's tension. But they
Yeah,
haven't
like
seen each other.
did Juno on good terms?
Yeah.
Did you leave on good terms?
Probably not known.
They indicated
Like no
to me
tension,
in
or
the
they
first
didn't?
session that they left on bad, or like
Yeah.
weird on bad terms.
Yeah, because like...
Well, she wouldn't know the reason
Yeah.
from just this insight check.
So there's something there.
So there's a bit of
But
tension.
we want to know what the
respect.
emotion is between
because
you
of
two.
like, you know, what Juno encountered with the Order, like the
Well, so what's the emotion vibe?
well, granted, Juno is a little bit inebriated, so very much the affectionate drunk. So they're like, "Oh my god, Maya!" But I think when they sober up, they're like, "Oh Maya."
Okay.
It's nice to see you, Maya. How
Yeah.
have you been, Maya?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
How could you?
Yeah, like I think even with that, like you definitely spotted that, like I think like obviously she knew that the 5 and Juno was part of them.
Yeah.
But like there was kind of like she was definitely surprised more than kind of surprised more than excited.
Yeah.
I'm blinded by the sun's reflection upon his glistening.
You get a good look at this guy. You don't recognize him. He's definitely very young, very new.
I was thinking fresh meat.
Okay, is he like sort of like within yelling distance?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like, hey, kid, go fetch Dorman, bring him right out to the door immediately, okay? Do it now.
Hit me with an intimidation.
24.
Oh, yeah.
You see just all the color as it's you run away
I know.
And-
Too.
and just runs. And very like with that very quickly after you see a very familiar half orc wearing his apron, definitely like kind of you can tell he's kind of like in the middle of like cleaning something. Just like walks kind of in, definitely doesn't look to be comfortable in like in such a kind of a comfy space, and it kind of looks like, well.
I won't get it. Not happy to see me.
The
reception.
fuck are you doing back here?
I still live here, technically. I believe you have a little something that's mine? No?
Good fucking.
Oh, my friend, the German. He's a wonderful acolyte down here. You know he made my armor? It's beautiful.
You
Oh, you made the armor.
I did.
My insight bit.
You definitely got to be pink.
That was what? That was what jury asked. That's what the boy asked for.
Oh,
Very good job.
I take fine look at my
15
craft.
insight into your relationship.
I want to get on this.
Remember you have advantage.
Oh yeah, I'm really wise, really dumb, but what?
That's a 24.
Jerry is like generally at like a level of base tension and uncomfortable at all times. Especially since my stuff through. As soon as some voice stuff in, he relaxes a lot more. He's a lot more comfortable anyway.
This guy?
Well, I heard that you were knocking around these parts. I heard you came back to the big city. I heard that you had some doing in that whole sword in the sky deal.
Oh, me? Oh, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't cause a fuss like that, you know. It's just
you do not known for causing a fuss.
So, but,
I've
listen.
been told.
I did not come here just to chat. Oh, it is good to see you. Conga at 8, by the way. Expect to see you
I've
there.
I've been hearing these fucking party hounds. Word that goes down to the forges.
I was just wondering if you have a little something that might be mine.
I got maybe a little something that's yours.
I'm staying in Valis' private villa at the moment.
Bloody fucking job.
Not her villa. She's got a separate villa.
Oh,
We have
sorry,
our
one
own.
of her many private villas. You know this shit. Honestly.
What? Look at you! Like I always knew that you were fucking fancy. Look at you fucking booting in with the bourgeoisie.
Is that us?
You know, Jerry, I thought I remember you saying something about eating the rich, not eating with the rich.
You can do both.
Take that.
Eat the rich too, eat with the rich?
Hang on. Let me make a...
Eat the shitty rich.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Actually, you know what? How about you keep it there? I want you to keep that attitude to yourself as well. I thought you'd be fucking happy for me.
I fell leaves the room.
Pulling your chain. I've been collecting this way. And he pulled out kind of a little small kind of sack with 16 gold.
Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, I feel like an asshole, and I take it, and then and I give I give him the those mushrooms I found in Demetrius' cave. Like, yeah, have a little fun tonight on me. I'm sorry for snapping at you. It's been a long day.
Oh, I can imagine. Let me tell you, there was a lot of hubbub when this motherfucker came stomping in.
Yes, he tends to do that.
Oh, yes,
You know what we
yes,
haven't done? We haven't had a
Yes.
stomp in a while.
guess whose son he is?
What?
Guess whose son he is?
You kind of like...
If you say I cast this, I am going to shank you for real.
I mean, he looks a bit old to be yours. I'm gonna count that out.
Just think of the 5 and then figure out who's the biggest out.
And you go hint. Just puts a finger up to his nose like a mustache. And I know Python does not have a mustache.
Doesn't he have like a big... We saw
He has
pictures. He has like a
big
big...
bushy beard.
Yeah.
Is
You
he
see
right
Python-
over here right now?
Yeah, no, you see Python kind of like, he was like, it's me. He's my son.
That's my boy.
How's it going, boss?
That was a test, Papa. You passed.
Oh, that's what a paternity test is.
Yes. So easy.
It's official, I'm in the win!
I just say I do not expect me to be coming back for real this time. I just wanted to know if anyone maybe asked for me while I was gone. Yeah, I don't even know why I asked. Never mind.
I
It's
don't
okay.
hear much down in the forge, but you said you were staying up at the palace.
Yes.
I'll ask around and get in touch.
It doesn't matter. If no one was looking, that's fine. I don't expect to be back. No one stole my stuff. It's all fine. Okay, goodbye. And I close the door. Oh boy, that was weird, huh? Anyway.
Crazy stuff.
Yes, you were.
Do you want to check if your stuff is still here?
I don't have to.
Are you psychic?
I look over Peace very fondly.
Right?
What stuff? No, he has all this stuff. What are you talking about?
I don't
And
know.
as this
Broken
awkward,
windows, what are you talking about?
and as this awkward tension lingers in the air, that's where we're going to end our session.
Thank you all so much for listening. We love you and all that stuff that Cole very kindly says.
We'll be back next week and it will sound way better.
Yeah.
In the
we're
meantime,
assuming-
if you like pina coladas
And getting caught in the rain.